Welcome to the SKO Radio Network. You can find us online at skoradio.com. We're also on the TuneIn app where you can listen with your mobile devices on the Google Play and Apple Store. Find us on social media at facebook.com/SKO Radio Network. You're tuned to the SKO Radio Network and online at skoradio.com.
All right, this is the Let's Talk radio show here on the SKO Radio Network. Earl McCune here hosting the show tonight. Swore I wasn't going to do it tonight, but I'm here anyway. Just got back from a trip in Las Vegas, Nevada. I was in Vegas for vacation. Deb and I went on vacation to Vegas. We had a really nice time out there. We actually, get this, everybody. This is unheard of when you go to Vegas. I went in there, and we broke even for the week gambling. I mean, that's a winner right there. If you can go to Las Vegas for the week and break even, that's unheard of, entirely unheard of. But we did it. We pulled it off somehow. You know, I mean, I'm not going to say we had our big losses. We had our big wins. We had another big win, and we have a big loss, and you know, it is what it is. It was an up and down roller coaster, and we went out there and we had a good time. We ate good. I know I drank like a champ, but the food was really good. We hit a couple, 2, 3, 4 different buffets while we were out there. Of course, you had to hit the buffets. You gotta hit all the good places. You know, you gotta go. You got to go have a good buffet when you're in Vegas. That's the only thing to do. You have to do it. Hey, Mike, come on in there, big man. I got extra headphones in my office on that white table. If you can grab us if you want. In the studio with me for Let's Talk is, of course, Tony the Comedy Killer is in studio with me.
How you doing?
And joining me just momentarily is Mike Haig, our Some Kind of Radio Show sponsor, as well as a host of our new show, going to be starting here another week or so, Manpocalypse. It'll be on Thursday nights. And tonight, this is Let's Talk. We're here. We're going to talk about things in the news, things going on, and just kind of like this is the male version of The View. This is the best way I can describe this program, is the male version of The View. So there's nothing. Of course, we're going to get a little bit more raunchy. We're guys.
Yeah.
We're going to say shit that comes to our minds. We're going to talk about it. And the first topic I want to hit, of course, is one of the big things in the news. How about Roseanne Barr?
Yeah.
I gotta touch on Roseanne. I'm not going to touch Roseanne Barr, but I want to talk about Roseanne Barr.
And the huge double standard.
Exactly. And I'm telling you what, huge double standard. If you look what Whoopi Goldberg did with the Donald Trump, getting brains blown out T-shirt.
Uh-huh.
She works for ABC. Did she get fired?
No.
Fuck no, she didn't.
No.
I mean, really, it wasn't even. I mean,
and not even that. It was even Joy Behar's comment there that they were talking about a fire at Trump Tower.
Yeah.
Well, and there was like one person that didn't survive, and they're like, hopefully it was Donald Trump.
Right. That's the thing. I mean, double standards today. I mean, it's the damn left wing agenda again. Hey, Roseanne, very much a Republican.
Yeah,
I mean, she supports the Republican Party. She was a big Trump supporter. No mistake or secret there with Roseanne. Now, the comment was it the best thing to do? Probably not. No. I mean, do I condone it? No, absolutely not. I don't touch on the racist shit. I don't like that. I mean, we even have a policy here at this station about the racial stuff. We don't want any. If any of our people ever did that, that's like termination. I mean, I get ABC's point of view, but
look at Wanda Sykes. When after Trump got elected.
Yeah.
Oh, we put an orangutan in office.
Yeah, exactly.
Or King Cheeto, or I've heard all these terms about.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Tony, and it wasn't like she flat out blatantly said the N-word. It was just a joking comment that. I mean, come on, is that a fire? I wouldn't even look at that as a bad offense. I mean, now if like someone on our staff flat out calls a black person the N-word, Yeah, on social media or publicly or on the station, I'd be like, get the hell out of here. You're not coming back.
Right.
But that wasn't even, I mean, it was in bad taste? Sure. But that's her comedy. It wasn't like she flat out said something really awful.
No.
She made a comparison.
And a lot of people even, got on her before she did the national anthem.
Oh, God, now that was 100 times worse than anything that she did recently.
Well, and here was the thing is, even after that, here's the thing. Number one, she told him she can't sing.
Oh, well, we know she can't.
Yeah, we know she can't. And number two, the homage at the end when she grabbed her crotch and spit.
That was for the baseball players.
Yeah, that was for the players.
Yeah, that wasn't meant
as a disrespect.
As disrespect. That's what the ball players do. Come on, you go to any ball game, you see guys grabbing their crotch and spitting all the damn time.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Should she be fired for it? No. Should she have been, made to apologize? What she did, she immediately made an apology.
Yeah.
She went out and immediately made an apology and said, hey, I'm sorry. And she even went and fought for her coworkers and said, hey, fire me if you must. Keep them on and do something,
with them.
With them. You're putting hundreds of people out of work just because of something I did, which is stupid. Fire me. Don't punish everybody else. She even said that. She went on to say that. Now, her coworkers go on to Sarah Gilbert. She condemned Roseanne's statement through Twitter. She didn't, and Sarah Gilbert goes, hey, I'm disappointed, whatever, but it was Roseanne's comment. It's not the reviews of the entire staff.
No.
I mean, come on. I mean, it's just like, we stay here. My views don't necessarily reflect on anybody else's. Your views don't reflect on anybody else, and your views don't reflect on anybody else. It doesn't reflect on the station. We all have our own points of view. Again, what happened to free speech? That's my whole top point I'm getting to. What happened to freedom of speech? I think that's gone in this country.
Yeah. Because
it got blown out of the window unless you agree with what the majority is saying.
Right. Unless you agree with the majority, you're condemned. I mean, freedom of speech went down. It's like with this whole thing. It's like I'm so happy with internet radio, what we can do here. We have full freedom of speech. We're not handcuffed. We're not FCC bound. We can say whatever the hell we want. People have wrote me in some nasty grams saying, hey, you guys should be ashamed for the stuff you say on the air. Because, we say we drop F-bombs here. Well, you know what? If you don't like us, turn the fucking thing off.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. You know what? If you don't like what you hear, there's thousands of other internet radio stations in this country. There's thousands of podcasts in this country.
There's thousands of terrestrial stations in this country.
Yeah. Tune into what you want to hear. That's what's great. Yeah, that's what freedom of speech is all about. Freedom to make your decisions. Freedom to say what you want. This is what America's all about. Sure, we have our own policies here we initiate. And I think the only thing we say here at this station, don't get racial. Don't drop any racial slurs. You have it. You can have your own rights and views and opinions. But don't make it, that's the only thing I ask here. But it's not like I'm handcuffing you. I just don't want anybody calling someone I don't want someone calling a black guy the N-word on the air. That's the only thing I ask. It's the only thing I ever ask at this station. I'm not a racist guy. I have a lot of black friends. It upsets me to hear that kind of talk still in this country. We're in the 21st century.
Yeah.
We're not in the 1940s and 50s and 60s where, back then where they had black toilets and white toilets. We're in the 21st century. People are people. You may not like the person next to you, but that's your right.
Yep.
That's your right.
I mean, just think of it this way too. I could tell you 2 TV programs that wouldn't get away with ever showing in this day and age.
The Jeffersons and Archie Bunker.
Big ding ding ding.
Yeah.
And one movie comes to mind, Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles.
Oh man.
Without question.
I mean, I'm offended.
Everybody's offended by everything in this country anymore. Everyone's so worried about offending somebody. I mean, we went through that a previous place we were at, Tony.
Yeah.
Not mentioning their name, of course. They didn't want to say in certain things because they didn't want to offend anybody. I said, you know what? We don't want shock jocks. Well, I'm not here to be a shock jock. I'm just here to tell it like it is.
Yeah.
I'm not here to be Howard Stern. Howard Stern's his own thing. Okay? I'm not here to bring the naked women in and have them vibrate and have orgasm on the air. If I could have it done, sure. If I could get someone here to do it, I'd do it in a heartbeat. But I'm not trying to imitate Howard Stern. We're trying to do our own thing. We're trying to set ourselves being what we are. Everyone here is got the ability to be who they are. They don't have to be this persona. Be yourself. That's what's great about this, and that's why I'm making the comparison. Be yourself. That's all anybody should be here or anywhere in this country. What in the hell is wrong with people today? Everyone's so afraid of offending somebody, and I'm sick of it. If you don't like me, turn me off.
Turn me off.
If you don't like what I have to say, turn me off. I don't care. You're listening. If you hate me, great. That means you're still listening for some reason. I've had the same. I used to have a guy he still writes me on social media all the time. Tells me he hates my show and we think we're a bunch of hacks. You tune in every Friday, don't you? You tune in to me. You're listening. You listen to 4 hours of program every week. You love to hate me? Great. I embrace you. Welcome. I don't care. Does it hurt my feelings? Not in the least.
Not one bit.
I don't care. I have no fucks to give. I don't care. If you're listening, hey, I'm happy you're listening, whether you hate me or whether you love me or hate me. I don't care. That's your freedom, and that's your freedom to express your opinion and say what you want to say. I have my freedom. Hey, you, whatever your name is, I'm not going to mention your name. I'm not going to throw the guy under the bus. You have your opinions too. I embrace them. Do I like them? No, of course not. I'd love you to love us, but you know what? You still listen. I don't give a shit. I'm happy you tune in, whether you like us or love us or whatever. What is wrong with people in this country?
I couldn't tell you.
If I knew the answer.
Well, let's go back to the Roseanne thing.
Yeah.
Let's think about it. Roseanne was never politically correct.
Not
it was
ever.
always an edgy show. She's always had edgy comedy.
Absolutely.
Always been controversial. What did anybody expect?
Exactly.
Like you
were you
said,
expecting a watered-down version of Roseanne? People weren't tuning
not
into
gonna happen.
that. People want to see. That's why it was the number one show on ABC, because everybody wanted to get back to the days where comedy was comedy and it wasn't no bullshit about it. She said, they wrote the things they wanted to get across. They wanted to make points. They wanted to hit things from a real level, not this
watered down.
That's everything's sunshine and rainbows all the time. No, bullshit. That's real life. They played it like real life. I love the reboot of the show. I don't. There's parts of me that agrees with ABC, but there's parts of me that disagrees with ABC. You know what? How much money you make in ABC?
Yeah.
Sometimes you might have to say, okay, go apologize. Just don't ever do it again.
Exactly. That's where it should have been left.
That's where it should have been left. Instead, no, you're fired, and everybody who works for the show, 100-plus people, gone. I'm sorry. That's bullshit. That's where I disagree with ABC.
And it's not just happening, what's a Tim Allen show that got canceled?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
what was that called?
That was Last Man Standing.
Last Man Standing. Now they're bringing him back on a different network.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I could see happening. Who's to say Fox doesn't pick up Roseanne?
Yep. Yeah, they've had a lot of fake posts, a lot of spoofs that have said
sure.
that Fox has already picked it up, but they
No,
haven't yet. But I'm sure
I'm
they
sure
will.
they're in talks. I mean, there's even talk of ABC going on without Roseanne.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I'm sorry, it wouldn't be this.
Not gonna
I even threw it
happen.
out on my Twitter. Hey, you know what? Make Dan. And I always threw out this little thing on the station's Twitter. Hey, ABC, why don't you make Dan the focus of the show? So you kill Roseanne off. Since you killed Dan off in the early version, and brought him back.
back.
Who's to say you don't kill Roseanne off on ABC, then they switch over to, and then she suddenly comes back to life. Now that'd be funny.
It's like, explain that. Well, it was like when they won the $1 million or something in the previous show. Wasn't that like all a dream or something?
It was all a dream. Yeah, and Dan living and all that.
Yeah.
The whole thing was a dream. But that whole last season, the way they summed it up was she wrote that as part of her book. So actually, if you really think about it, the true Roseanne show ended in season 8.
Yeah.
Season 9 was just what it was.
Yeah.
Then they brought season 10 in, with the new reboot. And I'm telling you, they were setting it up for a great season 11. Obviously, they were playing off the Roseanne painkiller addiction and all that, which if they do bring it back and they kill her off, I could see where that would work in the writing standpoint. But They were just talking about making Sarah Gilbert the frickin' focus. I'm sorry, I'm not a huge Sarah Gilbert fan.
No.
Yeah. Exactly.
No.
Yeah.
No. I had somebody. I had shared the link from Facebook Live.
I thought you were going left wing.
No. I had a friend of mine who's a fellow Braves fan, and she was like, "Give me a tomahawk chop. How much?"
You're getting a tomahawk chop?
Yeah. We won today, of course, again.
Good for them.
A nice little walk-off against the Nationals.
Yeah, good for them. I'm so happy here.
At least our bullpen don't suck.
Our bullpen sucks.
Yeah.
Hands down, Cleveland's bullpen is awful right now. I mean, there's no
Miller time.
No Miller time.
No, when they call Miller time, they ain't saying Andrew Miller's coming in. They're saying start pounding the Millers.
Yeah, start pounding them down, get them down, suck them down. But, yeah, that's the whole thing. And those of you listening, we'd love to get your input, too, on this whole thing. Give us a call, 330-871-4422. The lines are open. We'd love to hear from you. But, that's the thing with this whole thing with the whole Roseanne situation. And it's made the news. It's made national headlines. It's all that's in the news. Of course, we wanted to talk on it ourselves. But, I think we're saying things that the news media ain't going to say. We're just saying how we really feel about it.
Yeah.
The regular media is all like just shaming Roseanne.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? Who gives a damn what she said in a fucking tweet? Who cares? It's a damn tweet. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Does anyone remember that shit?
From like elementary school?
Yeah, come on.
Like long time ago.
Words are words. Yeah, sometimes words can cut, but then that goes back to this whole society being so overly sensitive today. Everyone's worried about hurting someone else's feelings. I mean, if you really think about it, that kind of stems on and branches outward to like participation trophies for kids today.
Yeah.
Everyone's afraid of getting hurt. They don't want anybody getting upset. And Ellie's calling right now. Let's take Ellie's call.
Hi, Ellie.
Hi, Earl. Welcome home.
It's good to be home. Thank you.
My thing is with this Valerie Jarrett stuff.
Okay.
How come nobody's saying what she said the day before, which is what I think sparked Roseanne going off on Twitter?
Add to it. Please do, Ellie. What was said? I didn't even see that.
It was something that was put up like, I don't know if it's called a meme or a meme.
A meme, okay.
But it was just a picture where this woman said in 1977 she wanted to use America's freedom of religion against America. So, what's it called? Islam or the Muslim religion could just take over America.
Right.
And she said that according to this in 1977, and that was all over Facebook the day before.
Right, which sparked Roseanne's, you know what? You're right. No one's even touched on that. Hell, we didn't even touch on it.
I come to this country from your country because your country is so bad, but then you want to turn America into your country.
Right.
That's like you leave an abusive relationship just to go into a relationship where the guy will literally put you in a coma.
Right. I mean,
you think that's better than this?
It's the same thing. You're right. I mean, it's like, okay, we're going to leave this shitty country. We're going to come here where it's apple pie, hot dogs, and naked women. Pardon me. That was in Vegas. I saw stuff in Vegas that would scare the hell out of you. But
that's why it stays in Vegas.
That's why it stays there, absolutely. But, that's the thing. Everyone's so afraid of offending somebody. And, of course, the woman makes a comment. Does she get any crap about it? Oh, hell no, she doesn't. But Roseanne, being because she's in the public eye and she's in the spotlight now, of course she's, until just a few days ago, the number one rated television show in all of network television right now. And she makes one comment and, we're going to boot your ass.
I think ABC was looking forward to her saying something because she was a pain in the ass the last time she had a show.
I almost think ABC really didn't want Roseanne back. But
no,
I think there was...
everybody else did. They saw an opportunity to make money.
Right.
But they just didn't want to deal with her crap.
Mm-hmm. Roseanne would be great if she was on Fox. I mean, if she was on Fox, I think she would. I think the show could get a little bit more edgier, than it is on ABC.
But how is this going to happen when a number of her co-stars not only condemned what she said, but condemned her?
Yeah, I think that's what's going to kill it because I know.
Tom Arnold got on and was talking to Anderson Cooper. I saw that little thing. At first, he started saying it was because of her mental illness, and then even he turned on her.
Right. Yeah. Well, they got their own thing. I mean, they're divorced. They had their reasons for divorce. But Michael Fishman, who played DJ, went off and basically said what he felt. And immediately Roseanne said, "Thanks for throwing me under the bus."
Yeah.
I mean, so I think
because he just got his career going again.
Right.
He didn't do anything after Roseanne.
No, he didn't do a thing.
And he helped this to happen, and now it's like, oh well, screw you, you're dead. I want my career to go on.
Right. And it's.
Well, you got to wonder how much of it's Hollywood, them just covering their own ass.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of it too, because everyone's trying to cover anything today. People try to cover their own ass. They're going to say what they feel.
I'm sorry, some people do look like monkeys and apes. And
They
dogs
do.
and
Yeah,
cats.
they do. You're right.
They put up a
Ugly
picture
people
of
out
this
there.
woman with the, I don't know what the character's name was. It could have been Zira. I don't remember. The Mark Wahlberg Planet of the Apes.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
And they do look the same. But why are you condemning Roseanne for saying she made a racial statement against someone who's black?
That's not
this
even.
woman was born in Iran. Doesn't that literally make her Iranian?
That's Iranian.
Yeah, Arab, yeah.
She's an Arab.
Even though her parents were American? Kathy Lee Gifford was born on a plane either going to or coming from France, and they consider her French for that.
Yeah. Well.
So what are you doing? Just making more racial stuff?
Exactly. That's the thing. You're right, Ellie. It's
It's the same way, I've offended people because, I tell them, what a piece of shit John McCain is, because if you remember the story of him when he was in the Navy early on, and he had dropped that bomb aboard the ship, which caused all the other planes to explode, and it was 120, 130 sailors died because of him.
Mm-hmm.
He had to be pardoned by friggin' Nixon. Oh, he's a war hero. He was a prisoner of war. You know why the hell he was a prisoner of war? Because, and he had even said this, after, pre-interview before he ran for president in 2008,
Right.
was that, when his plane was going down in Vietnam, he forgot how to eject the seat. He was like, I just didn't pay attention to that part of the manual when I was flying the plane. He's like, so yeah, when my plane crashed, I was stuck in it, and
yeah.
he's like, I could have probably ejected to safety, but I just didn't kind of remember that part of flying the plane, and
Right.
so he's like, so he got to stay at the Hanoi Hotel, and I'm like, okay, you're here now, and I'm like, all the bad crap you've done, no wonder why you look like you got a big jaw chew in your mouth all the time. I'm like, somebody needs to go punch the other side of him and even it out.
It's amazing what makes you a hero now. If that makes him a hero, I'm a heroine because I forget when this show is on.
Right.
I'm lucky I remembered today. I fell asleep when I woke up. I forgot it was Sunday.
You're lucky I remembered today.
So you're a hero too, right? You deserve a medal.
I'm
for
a
that.
hero just for being here. I get back yesterday. We arrived back from Vegas yesterday at about 10:30 in the morning. I was a trooper. I decided Dylan and I and Deb went up to the casino afterwards.
As if you didn't have enough casino all week.
So we go to the casino. We end up having, we took Dylan up there, and it's like, hey, we ended up going up there. Dylan did pretty good. I lost a little. I didn't lose much, but I mean, I lost a lot of stuff to say, okay, that's enough. But Dylan made out like a bandit, We basically went up to have lunch because he basically kept an eye on my house and my kids for me. And just a way of saying thank you, we took him up there and, just have lunch and something to eat and a couple cocktails and played a little more cards. I was like, I played cards every day in the last 7 days, but...
Any Keno?
What's another day?
I did play some video Keno, but I didn't do very well on it.
Okay.
But I played the video Keno in Vegas, and I really liked it a lot because I kept hitting it.
Yeah.
I kept playing 4 numbers at $4 a draw, and I hit the thing, which if you hit all 4 numbers, it's like $368. I hit it 4 times.
Oh.
In 3 days. Deb, let me tell you what Deb did.
Okay.
She played the 4-card Keno.
Okay.
Okay. Played the same thing. She played for $10, covers all 4 cards bets.
Yeah.
She hit for $983 playing the same numbers.
Wow.
So don't get me wrong, we lost some, we gained, we lost, we gained. When it was all said and done for the week, including our meals, every bit of money we took with us, we came home with.
Okay.
So I mean, that was pretty much a free week.
Yeah, pretty much.
That
I mean,
was amazing.
it was like Sunday night when I seen you guys at the pub.
Yeah.
For the second half of the Cavs game.
Yeah.
Because me and my buddy Dan went up and ate one place, and I met you guys. I went to the Roxino.
Right.
That had already been a good enough weekend anyway, hitting 600 on scratch.
Sure.
So, and I'm like, okay, good. So I go up there. Dan makes a couple hundred. I made a couple hundred because
Yeah.
I got on my good old school slot machine. I hit up and I put 20 in. I get up 100. I get up 100 to 170, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm up ahead 150. Good. Well, yanked it out. Threw 100 in my pocket, kept the other 50 because I wanted to go play more.
Yeah.
Threw that other 50 in there, and then I ended up leaving up another 150. So I'm like, I'm up like 250, and I was there an hour, and I'm like, screw this, I'm done, I'm leaving.
Right.
I had a buddy of mine. He's like, oh, don't play Keno. It's the worst game in the house. I said, let me tell you something. If you play consistent and you play the same numbers, the law of averages, it's eventually gonna hit. Like I said, I played $4, which was a max bet on $1. It's $4,
Yeah.
backs up to 4. Like I said, I hit it 4 times, twice in one day. The one day I hit it twice within 4 draws.
Now, your 4 numbers that you play, is it like you, Deb,
No,
the kids' birthdays?
No, not at all. Actually, it's Deb's birthday, and then just 2 other random 2 numbers I actually got from my boss that he always plays.
Okay.
That hit on the Ohio lottery one pretty frequently.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm just going to use, because usually when the Ohio lottery we only play 2 at a time.
Yeah.
But this, it's more draws, more chances. And so was like, let's play 4 because it's a better payoff. For $4 and you win like $300 and some odd dollars. Hell, I hit that thing twice, so one day I about shit my drawers. And then Deb hit it a couple times. So we made out like bandits on the Keno. I mean, so everyone's like, oh, that Keno don't pay. I had a guy next to me who goes, oh, I never play that shit because it never hits. It hit, hell yeah! Right next as the guy made a statement,
Well, that's like the lady who was sitting next to me at the Roxino. She's
Yeah.
like, how are you making money on this thing? And I said, well, it's a quarter machine, but you got to play 5 lines. You got to play 3 across, and you got to play your X.
Yes.
And then, of course, you get when it's, double, and then something else, which a double pays 4 times whatever it hits. And, if you're triple flaming sevens, that's
Let me tell you,
400.
I had an almost shit my pants moment. I was actually at the Bellagio. This is before we had we decided to play slot machine for a minute. I threw this into the spin to win type game. Well, there was a progressive pot at $328,000.
Yeah.
All you had to hit was the bonus.
Yeah.
I had the first 2 bonuses, and the third one was just right above the
Teetering.
line. Teetering. I'm like, shit. I mean, it's still like $400
Yeah, and that was the same
on
way.
a dollar. It was a $1 spin.
Right.
That would have been the same thing on the one I'm playing because if you have the 5 lines across.
If I had hit that progressive, I sure as hell wouldn't be sitting here right now. I'll be taking another week.
Yeah, it's like, I need another week off. Well, we're going to be postponing Let's Talk for a week.
Yeah, we're going to be postponing me coming home for a little bit because, it was like, the progressive was like $328,000. I'm like, good God, I'd love to hit that.
Yeah.
But it was an almost moment. It was a lot of fun, though. When we come back from break here we're going to take a break in about 3 minutes. I do want to cover a story that I was actually pretty close to. We didn't know what it was. Actually, Ellie posted it online about the couple from overseas that got stabbed to death.
Yeah, I saw that.
At the Circus, and that was only about half a mile away from where we were actually walking around. We thought it was a real bad car accident because they had the whole side of there's like 50 police cars blocking that road up, blocking the strip off on the one side. And, we couldn't see because we were coming across the bridge of the Bellagio.
Yeah.
And we were looking over, you can see there was some commotion going on. We thought it was a bad car wreck because the people out in Vegas drive like absolute shit, by the way. But I want to talk about that story when we come back because we were like right there. But there was a Vietnamese couple stabbed to death at the Circus in Vegas, literally about a half a mile from where we were walking. So I do want to talk about that here when we come back from our break. Matter of fact, let's take our break right now. Ellie, you want to hold the line?
Sure,
All
thank you.
All right, we're going to take a break here on Let's Talk, and we'll be back after these messages. Stay tuned. SKO Radio Network.
everybody, I am Debbie McKeon from Some Kind of Radio Show. Make sure you tune in to our friend Ben every Monday from 6 to 9 p.m. on Ben and Friends. Guarantee you might find a friend.
Step right up and behold the most wondrous talk show the likes of which the world has never heard. You will be intrigued. You will be mystified. You will be on your ass laughing and begging for more. We have come from parts barely known just to hear what you have to say. Come and welcome to the Freak Show. Tuesday nights starting January the 23rd, 7 to 10.
Hi, this is Casey, and if you're a fan of video games like I am, you'll love the Game Jam here on SKO Radio every Saturday afternoon. 4 hours of the best video game music of all time, from the 8-bit tunes of the 80s to the more orchestrated hits of today. It's everything you love about video games. It's the best way to waste a Saturday afternoon without a controller in your hands. It's the Game
You're listening
Jam.
to Ham Radio Heaven on the SKO Radio.
When Cousin Billy's cell phone just won't cut it anymore, contact M. Hague Photography for all your photographic needs. Weddings, family portraits, model shots, newborn and maternity photos, and so much more. If you want your memories to last, contact M. Hague Photography, where we believe that you are the key to beautiful memories. Call today, 330-430-9747, or email us at mhagephoto@gmail.com to book your memories with us today.
Are you ready for a new concept in manliness? No? That's okay. Neither are we. But prepare yourselves for the onslaught of masculinity. The Manpocalypse is coming. Join Mike and Aaron Thursday nights from 7 to 10 p.m. starting June 14th, right here on the SKO Radio Network.
CQDX. Do you know what that means? If you'd like to find out, then tune in on Saturdays from noon to 1 to Ham Radio Heaven. I'm your host, Pat Morrow, and I'll be here to give you an insight into the wonderful world of amateur radio. That's Ham Radio Heaven, noon to 1 Eastern Time, heard exclusively on the SKO Radio Network. Hope to see you there, and 73.
Are you a business owner? Are you looking to advertise? Are you looking for affordable advertising rates? Well, if you'd answered yes to these, then look no further than here at the SKO Radio Network. We here at the SKO Radio Network will put together a tailored advertising package for your business that will help generate more traffic and more revenue for you. If this sounds good to you and you'd like to hear more, give us a call at 234-706-5857. Again, that is 234-706-5857, and we'd be happy to assist you.
Sports, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Some Kind of Radio. Its weekly mission to cover all pro and college sports, to seek out your opinions and give you mine, to boldly go where no sports show has gone before. Wednesday nights, 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern, here on Some Kind of Radio. Call in at 330-871-4422.
All right, we're back on Let's Talk here on SKO Radio. Earl McCune along with Tony the Comedy Killer and Mike Hague in the studio. Let's Talk is a monthly talk show. I'm going to say we're here the first Sunday of every month here for this program. This is a different host is supposed to be here every month. I know we've had 3 of these. I've hosted 2. I've been at every one, so but that's okay. That's quite okay. I probably will be at every one of them. Just make sure everything goes off without a hitch. And we also have Ellie on the phone with us, who has joined us. And, and we do invite everyone else to call 330-871-4422. Again, that's 330-871-4422. All right, I do want to get back on this story here that was posted. There was a Vietnamese couple that was part of one of those tourist groups.
Yeah.
They were actually stabbed to death at the Circus on the Vegas Strip, which, like I said, again, was about not even a half a mile away where we were walking around downtown, or down at the Vegas Strip, which was kind of, again, we thought it was a car accident until Ellie posted that. I was like, oh, that's what was going on. It's one of those deals. Oh, that's what was happening, because we were walking around. I was, of course, what I love about there, you can drink all over the place. You just get a drink and walk with it.
Yeah.
It didn't matter anywhere. You can be on the sidewalk having a margarita. And but yeah, I mean, what a story. I mean, there's got to be some kind of motive there on that because obviously a Vietnamese couple here. And here's the funny thing: I saw Vietnamese people, Asian people, all over the place in Vegas when I was there. And it was amazing, with the amount of police traffic you see walking up and down the streets there. I mean, you see a lot. There's cops everywhere. I mean, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
That someone was able to do what they did, and but it happened in their room, like apparently. Now, Ellie, you got the story right there, don't you?
Not in front of me.
Not in front of you? I want to pull it up here. I mean,
I got it right here.
you got it? Okay, Mike's got it.
I posted it because you were there, and I hope nothing happened to you.
Oh no, we're okay. We're definitely fine.
Yeah, I can see that now.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of
When it
those.
happened, I was like, oh shit, what if it was them?
Oh God, yeah. Well, I'm not
And then
I'm not a
reading it,
Vietnamese
it's like,
guy,
it
so.
can't be them, but if they're smiling, maybe they looked a little Vietnamese. Who
Yeah,
knows?
maybe. Thank God Ben wasn't there. That's all I'm going to
Yeah.
say. Ben could have passed for a Vietnamese guy. I mean, we don't know, but no, I'll tell you what. I mean, it was kind of one of those hit close to home things, because we were like right there, and of course, no one knew what was going on. Everyone thought it was a car wreck. I mean, from as far away as we were, because we were coming across the bridge, that goes across the strip right there between the Bellagio and the Caesar's Palace. Going across the other side of the road where they get these. Nice little, you go across the street, you got Margaritaville, which I stopped in and had probably the strongest damn margarita I've ever had in my life. I mean, it was literally tequila and everything else, and just maybe a little splash of juice in it. But I mean, this thing was potent, and I mean potent. I mean, it was clear. I mean, I've never had this thing was almost as clear as could be for a margarita. Just a little hint of green to it and a yellow, but it was very translucent. So it was a good market, and it was only like $5.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
they're not expensive.
They're not at all, and it's like, holy shit, this is strong. I'm sitting there at the bar, and just, whoa, this is good shit.
Yeah, before you know it, it's like...
And it's, like I said, I really wasn't never really inebriated like I thought I was going to be, because, how we were moving, we were constantly eating something. I was trying out I stopped off at this little taco stand, had some tacos. I stopped off at this little gyro stand, had a gyro. So, as much as I was drinking, I was eating too. And, of course, and across the street, I had one of the best frozen margaritas I've ever had in my life. Extra shot? Absolutely, add it in there,
Yes, please.
Yes, please. But considering the drinks were $30 for two, like Deb and I both had a margarita. It was like they were $15 a piece. And it was a good-sized margarita. Don't get me wrong, good size. You got your money's worth, but... what you pay $15 for, you might get $6 at the Mexican restaurant. But
right.
but there was basically anything on the street, like a street bar, they were charging way outrageous prices. But if you go in, like I said, I walked into Margaritaville and it was like $5 to get a margarita, but basically it was a street vendor type of like tents and pop-up bars all over the place.
Oh yeah,
those are the pricey ones. Those were the absolute pricey ones. But that's okay. That's fine. We had fun though. It doesn't matter. I was like, look, I don't care. Money's no object this week. We're here to have a fun time. We're here to put reality behind us for the week. Let's just not worry about it. Let's just, whatever it costs, I don't give a shit. Let's just do it. Like I said, I paid $100 for 2 buffets twice, and like I said, very well worth it. I was telling Tony we had 2 buffets, and there was $112 and change for Deb and I to eat for one night, but it was well worth it. Oh my God, the quality of the food and the quantity. And you had a 2-hour time limit. That's how busy this place was. You had 2 hours time limit. You think that's plenty of time, but hell, I used about 1 hour and 48 minutes of the one day.
Right.
I got my money's worth, man, for that price. But
because you go get what you can, you eat, you put it away. That way, okay, I'm hitting my 2, and
Yeah.
But it was worth it. The beef was good. The carving station had 7 choices of meat.
Oh wow.
You had 20 different varieties of seafood. You had Mexican. You had Asian. I had pho for the first time in my life, which was.
What'd you think of it?
I loved it. It was actually really good. I had beef. It had beef in it, and then the sprouts, and I had the noodles in it. It was actually really, really good. The rice noodles.
Yeah.
Tasty. I enjoyed that. Sushi was killer. But anyway, you got that story there, right?
Yeah,
All
we'll
right.
pull it right back up here.
All right, he's going to pull it back out.
Like in Blazing Saddles. Excuse me while I whip this out.
All right, so yeah, it looks like there was a report like really early in the morning, like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
where somebody had heard fighting in the hotel, but nobody really reported it.
Right, yeah. You hear that
So-
shit all the time,
Yeah.
especially in Vegas.
So basically, they didn't find the bodies until later that day. They were doing a wellness check on everybody part of that group. And there's really not a whole lot of information. They just initially they thought it was a murder-suicide type deal, but they ruled that out. And
Right.
right now they've got nothing, it looks like.
Yeah, they got nothing, and that's the thing. And it's like we were there Friday afternoon, and that's when we saw. And like I said, it was kind of weird because a car accident. The only thing we didn't put two and two together was because we actually walked across. We actually went and had dinner and went back out, and all the commotion was still going on. I was like, wow. I said, no,
That ain't no car accident.
That ain't no car accident. I don't know, something's going on, but we didn't really know it was a murder. It happened, no one was talking. No one knew anything,
Yeah. They even go on to say here that most guests probably didn't even know the incident happened.
Yeah, probably not,
Which, I don't know, makes me think it was somebody in the group.
Yeah. That makes you think, too. Could have been someone in that group, who's to say, someone, then it could be some racially charged person in that group. It could be, who knows? We'll definitely continue to follow it and see if we can find out whatever happened to it. But yeah, it like I said, kind of hit close to home because we were right there. We were right there.
Too bad you could have went down. You might have seen CSI because it does take place in Vegas.
I don't know if Mark Helgenberger popped out and I'm like, oh yeah, come on.
Georgia Fox for me. Sorry.
Yeah. I like them all.
Anybody but Ted Danson ruined that show.
Ted Danson killed that show.
Yeah, he did.
Ted Danson killed that show. I like the original guy.
Yeah, William something or other. And played Gil Grissom.
That's when the show was good. Who's it now? What's his name from?
It's not even on anymore, is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I have no clue.
And CSI New York wasn't bad with Gary Sinise.
No, Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah, Lieutenant Dan. And then I liked Miami with David Caruso.
I liked Miami too, because David Caruso's voice, man, he had that real
ratio.
Yeah, his voice, man. No, you can't match that voice.
No.
And I always liked his voice. It's like he's got a cool voice.
Because it was funny because that show, just to get on a quick tangent, that show was it started in Vegas. It was just CSI, then they did Miami, then it was still successfully stayed in New York, and it was the same way when Law and Order came out. Yeah. They first did SV. Well, I used to always say SUV, SVU.
SVU's actually was more popular than the original.
Yeah, than the original Law and Order. I liked Criminal Intent because I liked Vinny D'Onofrio.
Right.
And but then you had the several Law and Orders, and I was like, okay, well, CSI, are they going to branch out in Billings, Montana, or Boise, Idaho, or something now? Just because
Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah,
Cleveland, Ohio.
You could have done that. Yeah, it's one of those shows that branched out, but yeah, it's and then now
CSI Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yeah, no, CSI. Where's Josh Hinkle from?
Pigeon Forge.
Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
CSI Pigeon Forge.
Yeah, well, they couldn't do it in West Virginia. There's no dental records and all the DNA matches. But no, it's and it's just funny because it's that show, and I think the last CSI show was an online one where they were doing online crime.
Yeah, CSI Cyber
or something like that.
That show didn't do very well at all.
And that's gone now too.
See, the Cyber was not very popular at all. No. It wasn't even a good show. I think I saw 1 or 2 episodes of it. It just wasn't good. It just wasn't good.
And if you want a rerun of Law and Order, any of the shows, they're always on Ion or something all day.
Oh, they're on USA all the time. But,
they'll forever live in reruns.
Oh, hell yeah, they will. Yeah, just think, they're good. The ancillary checks that they're receiving, just the royalty checks.
Well, you want to hear what's funny? The first time that I came,
residuals. That's right, residuals.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that what was it? Our buddy Troy gets. What does he get? 50 cents a month or something?
I don't know. But speaking of Troy, real quick, thoughts and prayers out to Troy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just had successful. He had to have a bypass in his leg done to save his foot because he had that foot.
Yeah, he has.
And they had to actually cut from his ankle all the way up to almost his groin. They had to do a bypass in his legs, because he cut his foot real bad. And he almost lost, because he's diabetic.
Yeah.
So he almost lost his foot. So this was to save his foot, and basically save his life too.
Yeah.
And the video, he showed a picture online. I talked to him yesterday. He's thankful he's okay. I mean, it was successful.
Oh, yeah.
So very happy that, hopefully he gets back, because he was just getting ready to start going back to work.
Yeah.
And that's not going to happen for a while. So
Yeah.
it's going to be quite a while before he think about getting back to work. But thoughts and prayers to our good buddy Troy Froman, and hopefully he feels better soon.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah. Oh, most definitely.
Because we had him here back in February. And I'm pleased to say, too, those of you listening, the Scores TV, the episode in its full entirety has just been released on Vimeo, the way it was intended to be released, with the clips, everything in place that showed all the Troy's work in Saved by the Bell, because we did Salute to Saved by the Bell on that show, and YouTube kicked it off twice, so we ended up just putting one out that had no clips on it. It was just a video. It was still a good show, but it was a watered down versions. But with Vimeo, like I said, we were able to put the full episode on as it was intended. So it is now on Vimeo. If you go to Vimeo and search some kind of radio show, you will get to see the Troy Froman in-studio show with the Salute to Saved by the Bell in its entirety, the way it was intended to be released. So with the videos and everything, and all clips from Saved by the Bell that he was in, and showed him his ox and Scud and all the other things he did on that show. So in its entirety, it's been released. It's available for anyone to watch, and it's pretty good.
Nice.
Really good. So anyway, back to the news at hand. Let's move on to the NBA Finals. Now, you were kind of funny the other night when
I was talking to that drunk dude at the pub.
I thought you and that drunk dude were going to start scrapping.
Yeah, well, he kept it, he's just, yeah. I'm like, buddy, okay, we have 17 titles. You guys have got one, and you got some big boob. You think that Houston's going to beat
Let me
Golden
tell you what Tony does, okay? He goes into a bar with nothing but Cavs fans, and he's in his Celtics gear.
Of course.
And
I gotta rep my team. Sorry.
And again, that's freedom of speech.
Yep.
It goes back to our statement from earlier in the day. That's his right. Do I agree with him as being? No, I'm not a Celtics fan. That's his point of view. He loves the Celtics. That's his freedom of expression, freedom of speech, and that's who he likes.
And we're sitting down talking to him right now.
Yeah. It's just like he's a Braves fan. I'm not a Braves fan. I'm an Indians fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So we have different points of view on that, but you know what? Doesn't mean he's any less my friend.
Yeah.
Tony's a good friend of mine. Consider Tony one of my close friends. Just because we don't have the same teams we like, it doesn't mean I'm going to dislike him for who he likes. It is what it is. Tony's a good guy, even though his choice of sports sucks, but it's okay. But he's right, though. The Braves have a better bullpen than Cleveland right now, without question. Yeah. I mean, there's no doubt. I'll give any team their props, their due. When they're playing well, absolutely, I'll give them their due. The Braves are having a good season this year, so... But anyway.
But yeah, Sunday night, so we're at the pub.
Yes, we're at the pub. We're at the Windsor pub. One of our good friends, Rick, who runs Windsor up there. We had Randy Santel there as well. We're there with Dylan and his dad, and my wife Deb was there. And we're watching the Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals. And here comes Tony in his Celtics jersey, And I thought him and this dude were going to get into it. We're like, oh, shit, here we go. But anyway, the game the other night, I do want to talk about that real quick.
Thursday night?
Yeah, I want to talk about that game the other night with the free throws that were missed, with the little incursion there with the foot.
Yeah.
And it never got called. No. That was the beginning of the end. Then you got J.R. Smith making bonehead decisions.
4 seconds left. Oh, I was dribbling the ball. I was just dribbling out. I thought we were ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You dumb shit.
Then you see the meme on Facebook. LeBron looking at JR. Man, what were you doing?
To the liquor store?
Yeah. No.
Did you see that one?
No.
Oh, hell. Oh.
No, the one I
lost my mic for a second.
No, the one
What's happening there?
I was talking about was JR said I was looking for Kyrie, and LeBron's like, Kyrie's in Boston.
But did you see the one? There's a new one where they show him dribbling out, and they change it. He's like dribbling through a liquor store. And LeBron's like, "What are you doing?
Going to get me the heady to celebrate."
He's actually dribbling the ball through the liquor store. I'm like, what the hell is that? Oh my God.
Yeah,
it was so funny.
I put a post up Friday night
that
kind of pissed people off because I said, here's the thing is, the Cavs fans are like the biggest bunch of crybabies in the world. And I'm like, because, the refs are blowing calls both ways.
Mm-hmm.
And, I hear every Cavs fan, it looked like that should have been a travel. They missed that call. It looked like you guys are better referees. Go down and apply to the NBA office and be one. I don't hear a peep when they blow a call against Golden State.
Did anyone see that Tom Brady actually weighed in on this?
I didn't see
Tom Brady weighed in on, because he goes, I'm surprised they're not investigating more than they do. He says, I know it. He says, I've been investigated for less. I mean,
yeah.
Tom Brady's actually was weighing in about the NBA. He was going on to state basically that he made a tweet basically talking about the Cavs and the Golden State Warriors. He goes, man, I'll tell you. He says, tell me they're not rigging this game for money.
And I'm like, if they were going to rig a game, why wouldn't they have had, if they wanted to rig the series, why wouldn't a Boston versus Golden State would have been way better than year number 4, the friggin' Cavs versus the Warriors.
Cavs versus Warriors, season 4. I mean, basically, when I got to watch the Warriors and Houston Rockets. I was actually on my plane in the Vegas. They actually had it on little TVs you could watch. I was actually watching that game. I'm like, oh my God, this is great. Houston's up like 12, and then they freaking blew it. Yep. I'm like, what the hell? They couldn't make a shot. The defense was horrible. The offense was even more terrible.
27, I think it was, missed three-pointers.
27 missed threes, yeah. Sickening. I'd have loved to have seen Harden. I mean, I would have loved to have seen that series. But it is what it is. I don't know. I mean, my take on this, and again, this is my take, not anybody else's take. I think Cleveland's neither team is as good as they used to be.
No.
They're the two teams from 2-3 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever. Neither of these teams are any better. They're not as good as they were a few years ago. I'd like to think, just because of the fact, I mean, they're pretty well equally matched now. They really are.
They really are.
They really are equally matched teams now. I mean, Cleveland gave away that game.
Yeah.
Hands down. They blew that game. LeBron had 51 points, and they blew that game. I mean, boneheaded moves. J.R. Smith, and this is not the first time J.R. Smith's made a stupid move. I mean, talented three-point shooter, but he makes a lot of dumb mistakes.
Yeah.
Without question. He is a dumbass sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm getting buzzed like crazy. And, but he makes a shit ton of dumb moves. And I don't know. It's pretty equal. I think this is just me being a Cavs fan. I still think it's going to go down to 7 games. I think it's going to go down.
This series could. I just don't think the Cavs are going to win it.
I think we have a shot. Am I potting hot? Oh, how about now? Is that better? Is that better? Okay. Maybe. Because I had it down. I talk loud anyway, so I have to kind of push myself down. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks, Aaron. But no, if that's a little bit better, let me know. I'm looking at something here real quick, too. That better? Okay. I talk loud, okay?
We're used to it. You'll get used to it, too.
Yeah. I have to always bring myself down just a little bit, because I do talk loud into the microphone. But that's the way I was taught. Talk loud into the microphone, get your point across. But one thing is these mics, and I still haven't got used to in 6 months. These are a lot more sensitive than the ones we were at before.
Yeah. Well, they're also newer equipment.
Yeah, much newer equipment. Much newer. Plus, we have the sound cards, the independent sound card just for our voices, and independent sound card for music. So we have 2 different separate sound cards that run, so they're both high quality Plus, we get 128K sound here, so over the 64. But anyway, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to see the game. I'd like to see Cleveland win it.
Of course.
I'd love to see them win it. I don't know if we will, but I'd like to see them win. I don't know, because here's the thing. If you go back and look at the thing over the last several years, the team that's lost game one has gone on to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, yeah, for the most part.
For the most part.
Now, last year, though, I mean, which game did Cleveland win? Because they only won one out of the 5.
I think it was game 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They won one at home. And
they won a game 3. But last year, Golden State was a hell of a team over. They were 20 times the team they are now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Golden State is not as good as they were a year ago. Far from it. But every one of their guys have been hurt this year. Every single one of their top players. Yeah, every one of their guys. So testament to them and testament to Cleveland, because, I mean, we're not the team we were a year ago.
No, we're not.
I mean, I'm really surprised we got as far as we did. For LeBron carried the whole team on his back. Let's just face the facts. If LeBron wasn't on Cleveland Cavaliers, we were sitting home right now. It would not have been there. I mean, the only reason we've gone into the NBA Finals the last 4 years is because of LeBron James.
Yeah.
Hands down.
I mean, where were you prior to that?
Sitting on the season was ending at the end of 82 games. Done.
Yeah.
We weren't even getting the playoffs. I mean.
Yeah, the Cavs were at their buddy's house watching the finals, drinking beer.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with LeBron next year. I think it's going to really weigh in on if they win this year or not. But I don't know. I mean, since it is Golden State again, who knows? He might, if they do lose again, he might want to stay on one more year and say, hey, look, I'm going to get these guys.
He's got a player option for year 5.
Yeah, he's got a player option, so I don't know. I mean, I think he's one of those guys that would say, hey, you know what? Whether he wins or loses, I think if he loses, it's going to piss him off more and stay. But if he wins, I think he's like, okay, I could go out on a high note.
And retire?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to retire.
He's not going to retire.
He's not retiring. I think he's got 5 or 6 more years in him still. I mean, he's only, 32 years old? 32?
32, 33?
Yeah.
Somewhere around
so he's
there,
he's really, seriously, he's got about 5 more years in his career, really, that he could play. But I think LeBron's one of those guys, he'll go out while he's still on top.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to let his skills diminish and go out. Because you think about what Jordan did. He retired, and then when he came back, he wasn't the player he was when he came back.
Not at all.
Not even close.
It was sadly comical.
Mm-hmm. So, because he didn't know when to give it up. I think LeBron will go out on top when he does end his career.
And that'll be the end. We won't see him trying to come back.
No. I know he made a statement he wanted to play with his kid one day. Yeah. So, I mean, I could see him being his last year, whenever his kid does graduate.
Right.
And, which is, 5 years off from now. So, who knows? Could see what happens. It could be interesting.
Well, kids graduate, and he's got to at least play 1 year in college.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Or possibly by then, too, because the NCAA's been trying to get rid of the one and done and make it 2 and done like football.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So probably by the time his kid gets in college, his kid will have to play 2 years before he can declare for the draft.
Right.
But his kid can play, be lousy, and be only average in college, and because he's LeBron James Jr.
Yeah, he'll get just because he's got the name, he'll get in because of his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's set for life no matter what. I mean.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. The kid's set. He's a talented player. The kid's good.
He is.
The kid's good. I don't think he's as good as his old man, but he's good. Because I mean, you think of all the hype LeBron had when he was 16 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, they knew he was going to be something.
They knew he was going.
They knew it. I mean, he was just towering over all these other kids. Just a few days ago, I was watching. They were showing one of those high school classics where they have all the high school kids in the country, and he's just crushing these other kids.
Oh, he dominated everywhere he went.
Yeah.
And he was playing against some of the, there were some names in that, Carmelo Anthony was in it. He beating the shit out of Carmelo, and I mean, there were some names there that you hear now. It's like, okay, and some of these guys that he's playing with are done now.
Are done.
They had their quick career. They had their 6-year, 7-year career and done. LeBron's still 13 years in the league, still going.
Yeah, I mean,
and he's still dominant.
And that's why, I was always telling people, I'm like, St. V didn't bring him to the school to give him an education.
No, they got him there to win championships.
If you hear him talk, you can tell he basically, he didn't learn nothing at St. V. And then, and St. V's more than happy to take his money because, Catholic school, his 2 kids were born before him and his woman got married. Mm-hmm. Which is a big for Catholics. So that in the same way, my brother had his daughter. they weren't married at the time, but, the church was more than happy to do confirmation and baptism.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
well, the thing is, too, LeBron didn't want to get married because he was thinking about his money, too. He's like, which was smart, He was thinking about, do I want to get married? I'm staying with her, but do I really want to marry her? Yeah.
Can you mention a child support payment LeBron would have to make?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
$5 million a month or something like that per kid?
Well, he makes, $3 million a week or something like that? He makes a scary, staggering number of money he makes.
Something like that, and add in all his Nike money.
Oh, God. I mean, I was just talking about his NBA salary.
Yeah.
It's like $3 million a week or something like that. I mean, it's scary. I mean, it's like, good God, how money that guy makes.
Well, that's why he can afford to spend $41,000 on a purse.
Well,
and that outfit he wore.
The guy makes so much money, he's not afraid to wear a suit coat with shorts.
Well, he doesn't. Hey, when you got that kind of money, hey, live it up, man. If I had that kind of money, I'd live it up too. Hell with it. All right, it's 7 o'clock. Let's take a break.
All righty.
All right.
This is Let's Talk on SKO. We'll be right back.
Everybody, I am Debbie McKeon from Some Kind of Radio Show. Make sure you tune in to our friend Ben every Monday from 6 to 9 p.m. on Ben and Friends. Guarantee you might find a friend.
Step right up and behold the most wondrous talk show the likes of which the world has never heard. You will be intrigued. You will be mystified. You will be on your ass laughing and begging for more. We have come from parts barely known just to hear what you have to say. Come and welcome to the Freak Show. Tuesday nights starting January the 23rd, 7 to 10.
Hi, this is Casey, and if you're a fan of video games like I am, you'll love the Game Jam here on SKO Radio every Saturday afternoon. 4 hours of the best video game music of all time, from the 8-bit tunes of the 80s to the more orchestrated hits of today. It's everything you love about video games. It's the best way to waste a Saturday afternoon without a controller in your hands. It's the Game Jam, Saturday
When Cousin Billy's cell phone just won't cut it anymore, contact M. Hague Photography for all your photographic needs. Weddings, family portraits, model shots, newborn and maternity photos, and so much more. If you want your memories to last, contact M. Hague Photography, where we believe that you are the key to beautiful memories. Call today, 330-430-9747, or email us at mhagephoto@gmail.com to book your memories with us today.
Are you ready for a new concept in manliness? No? That's okay. Neither are we. But prepare yourselves for the onslaught of masculinity. The Manpocalypse is coming. Join Mike and Aaron Thursday nights from 7 to 10 p.m. starting June 14th, right here on the SKO Radio Network.
CQ, CQ, CQDX. Do you know what that means? If you'd like to find out, then tune in on Saturdays from noon to 1 to Ham Radio Heaven. I'm your host, Pat Morrow, and I'll be here to give you an insight into the wonderful world of amateur radio. That's Ham Radio Heaven, noon to 1 Eastern Time, heard exclusively on the SKO Radio Network. Hope to see you there, and 73.
Are you a business owner? Are you looking to advertise? Are you looking for affordable advertising rates? Well, if you'd answered yes to these, then look no further than here at the SKO Radio Network. We here at the SKO Radio Network will put together a tailored advertising package for your business that will help generate more traffic and more revenue for you. If this sounds good to you and you'd like to hear more, give us a call at 234-706-5857. Again, that is 234-706-5857, and we'd be happy to assist you.
Sports, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Some Kind of Radio. Its weekly mission to cover all pro and college sports, to seek out your opinions and give you mine, to boldly go where no sports show has gone before. Wednesday nights, 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern, here on Some Kind of Radio, Call in at 330-871-4422.
All right, welcome back to Let's Talk here on SKO Radio Network. Earl McCune along with Tony the Comedy Killer and Mr. Mike Haig from the Manpocalypse Show, which is going to be starting here a week from Thursday, I believe. 10 days away. Excited to hear that show. Mike Haig and Aaron Kabak. Hope I got Aaron. I hope if I didn't butcher your name, man. But two great guys, two funny guys. They're going to have a hell of a show. Looking forward to hearing them guys on we'll be filling our Thursday night time slot up here, so we're really excited about that here now. So and starting a week from today, some kind of kids show will be debuting on the SKO Radio Network, along with my daughter, Miss Lori, and my son, Mr. Alex. Oh, we're not going to call him Mr. Alex. We'll just call him whatever the hell you want to call him. Alex. They're going to be starting their program, and they're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff for kids. And it's going to be a lot of fun for the kids to do their show. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We're really excited about that. So we're going to have programs every day of the week now here on SKO Radio Network. So, and all the shows, you can call for you can, just like any of our programs, you can call in live, 330-871-4422. The only show you can't call in live on is our the podcast we run, Drinks with Larry. They're still with us. They're going to be running as continuing with Saturday evening, 7 o'clock, and then they're basically going to be the lead-in show going right into Manpocalypse. So tell us a little bit about what Manpocalypse is going to be. I mean, we've talked about this a little bit, but those listening now may not have heard before. Tell us about what that show is going to be.
Manpocalypse is just going to be all men all the time. Just kind of comedy, kind of picking on men, picking on ourselves, but talking about how men really aren't men anymore.
Right.
So that's just kind of the whole premise. I mean, we're going to probably pick, things we find in the news. We're going to, look for content out there. I don't want to say anything yet about the first show, but
right. No, that's fine.
Just like I said, it's going to be lighthearted and fun, but we'll hit on the hard topics when we have to.
Oh yeah, that's what it's all about. It's just all about having a good time and stirring up a good conversation and getting the calls coming in. That's what it takes.
I mean, it's not really going to be like female bashing or anything like that, but I'm sure. Let's be real. Some of the feminists, they give us some good content.
Oh, sure they do, But, Manpocalypse will be starting 10 days from now on Thursday. Yep, 10 days. So a week from Thursday, everybody. So you're going to want to tune in. That's going to be 7 to 10, correct?
7 to 10.
7 to 10 on Thursday, starting 10 days from now. So we're excited about having Mike being on the air with us here and doing that. And like I said, I got to get you some board training, too.
Definitely.
So we got to do that.
And we're going to have some fun with it. We're going to have our own YouTube channel, make some videos and stuff outside of here just for fun.
Sure. That's what we're doing with what we do with scores. We do the same thing with some kind of radio show. I mean, we do videos and, you got to do it's doing the extra little things, that take you a step beyond, doing just a radio show. We covered the food challenge. We do food challenges. We do videos. We Gary Hilljack Bob character going every now and then.
Yeah.
I wish we're going to get that rolling here again real soon because we're going to send him out into the public and meeting with people and doing crazy stuff. We used to do that when we were at the old station a lot, but
we sent him walking through the bars in the middle of downtown, and it'd be like,
"What the hell?"
I reckon my balls itch.
I reckon my balls itch. Yeah. And the looks we would get from people, but we didn't care. It was all in good fun,
It's all entertainment.
It's all entertainment.
And that's exactly what we're shooting for on the Manpocalypse. Just good fun.
Good entertainment.
Yep.
And that's what it's all about. You got to have good entertainment. If you're not entertaining, you're not going to get listeners. If you're not going to get listeners, it's just one thing after another. It's just got to get the listeners to get sponsors. But it is what it is. It's all. But if you're entertaining, most of our shows here, we have a good following for most of our shows.
Right.
But we're having fun. Everyone's here is having a good time. Got a lot of good people here. There is a programming note this Tuesday. The Freak Show will not be live this Tuesday. They're going to be running a rerun. Sure, Shane's got some personal business he has to attend to this week, so there will be a replay of the Freak Show this Tuesday night from 7 to 10. So I just want to let everybody know that. Just a little programming note. Again, the Freak Show will be replay. So, but we will have programming. I mean, even though somebody's not here, we're going to have programming. That's the goal. You know? Whether it's somebody filling in for another show or we have a replay. I mean, that's what we're all about here. You know?
Make it happen one way or another.
We make it happen one way or the other. We're not going to just bow down and go to automation. You know, we got to put programming in there somehow. So, but Shane will be back the following Tuesday. But he's going to be off this Tuesday. He's got some personal business he's got to attend to, and he let me know that today. And I said, hey, you do what you got to do there, my friend. So,
and Segregation Man will be back tomorrow.
I believe so. I haven't heard otherwise, but he should be back tomorrow.
Because they were at a little bit of a party last night.
Yeah, they were at a lot of. Well, they invited us last night. We were up towards Cleveland, and of course we always joke with Ben. You know, we always joke with Ben, and we call him Asian. We call him gay every now and then. But you know, Ben's got his little tendencies every now and then. But we're like, oh, we were at the they had the Gay Pride Festival in Cleveland. You know, well, of course, Dylan and Deb stepped out of the casino, and we went down through Tower City there, and of course they were out in full force walking around there. So we're like, Ben, where you at? You'd be here, you know. Yeah. And basically, it was just a text thing back and forth with us and Ben. We were having a good laugh, you know. And, you know, Ben was actually firing back some good comebacks. I was like, Ben, you're learning.
He takes it well.
Yeah, he takes it well, but he does know how to. He's starting to get some comebacks in him, you know. And we had a lot of fun with Ben yesterday on the phone, but he invited us to actually go to that bachelor party last night. I was like, no, dude, I just got off a plane this morning, you know. I'm trying to get my days and nights figured back out again, you know. I went home. I made the biggest damn mistake. By the time we got back from Cleveland last night, it was like 5:30. I was like, God, I got to stay awake till at least 10. No, I I dozed off at like 7 o'clock. Next thing you know, I wake up at 10:30, and I was up again.
Yep.
Didn't go back to sleep till 3 in the morning. Next thing you know, I wake up, it's noon today. I'm like, oh, God, wasted half a day already. What the hell? But that's okay. I mean, I got to get back on schedule a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be working nights most of the time this summer, so it doesn't really affect me too much, so it's not a big deal. I have to be up at 8 o'clock every morning. The only time I got to get up early is Tuesday and Saturday right now. So Tuesday, I'm working Tuesday morning, and I'm working Saturday morning. So, but other than that, I'm working the rest of the nights. I'm going to be working
nights.
Evenings, yeah. So, but that's okay. I got Friday and Sunday off. That's what's important. I got Friday off. I work Saturday morning. I got Sunday off. So that's not
See, I have 4 busy days all summer, and I'm burned on my vacation days now. I'm only not working Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I only worked 3 days this week because of the holiday.
Right.
But it fucking felt like I worked 4.
Oh, I believe it.
Just because I tried cramming so much in.
Right.
Just so I could have, my normal Friday off. Went out Friday night.
Yeah.
Was up early, and didn't get home till like 5 in the morning Saturday.
Right.
And then, then I was kind of on and off and did some shit yesterday afternoon. Went down, took the other car out last night, first time of the year because it poured a week ago.
Right.
And I had like the biggest, I know you laugh at me. I had like the biggest car boner because have you ever seen the second Fast and Furious? Mm-hmm. The Nissan, the imported Nissan that he was driving? Yeah. Right-hand drive. Well, I saw one of those in person last night.
Oh, really?
Kid had it and...
Did you go fuck the car?
I almost wanted to. It's like Eleanor in Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah.
The car you'd never think you'd ever see in person.
Right.
And the kid had it illegally. I mean, he even had fessed up all the VINs were off of a junked car.
Yeah.
Because it's not legal to have over here.
Right.
So, because you can't legally import them because this thing, it goes. Now, he did have, a few things he did change was the dash is all in miles per hour now.
Okay.
Instead of kilometers per hour.
Right.
The dash goes to 260.
Oh, Jesus.
So, guess what? If a cop tried chasing this guy would be history.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he would be history. I mean, because even like a 700 horsepower Hellcat wouldn't keep up with this thing because the car's all fiberglass.
Right.
And it's got that much balls under the hood.
Right.
To take it, 260 miles an hour.
That's
down the freeway.
That's fast.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, we were, it's funny, we were actually, when we were heading out to Vegas, we had there was the storms over like central Kansas and all that, so we actually had to fly south down to Texas, then over, because they were trying to avoid the storms. They were that bad. And normally, what's a 3-hour and 10-minute flight? It was a 4-hour and 55-minute flight. And we were still hauling ass because we flew south, then we flew west. So I mean, considering how much we had like a 200, we had, what was it, 500-600 mile detour.
Yeah.
We still got through it, but coming home, we still had storms in central part of the United States. So it was a rough flight home too. But they flew over it, but we still got the little turbulence coming back, but we got home we didn't get home. We actually, time we left Vegas, it was a 3-hour and 10-minute flight to Chicago, which was really fast. Actually, it ended up being about a 3 hours and 5 minutes by the time we hauled ass getting back. And then we had about a 3-hour layover in Chicago. And
well, at least you didn't have to run across O'Hare to catch your next flight.
Yeah, no kidding. We had plenty of time. And then tell you about hauling ass. It's normally about an hour and 10-minute flight from Chicago to Akron, Canton.
Yeah.
It turned out to be like a 52-minute flight. I mean, they hauled the mail to get back. We actually got back 20 minutes early because our arrival time was supposed to be like 10:35, and we got in at 10. We got like back at 10:15. It's like, wow, we made good time. So yeah, we were hauling the mail. I mean, we were definitely moving, but yeah. How'd you like to drive that speed across if there was like a nice strip, like the Autobahn?
Yeah.
Go 260 miles an hour across the country. Yeah, you can make it across to Vegas in, 10 hours?
Right?
Yeah. I'd do it, at those speeds.
Just open roadway. I mean, that would almost be like what the turnpike is pretty much like.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's 2-3 lanes pretty much everywhere you go through Ohio. You can make it one end to Ohio and the other in like an hour.
Right.
Easy.
Yeah.
From the PA gate to the Indiana gate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously that's without, much of any construction.
Right.
But like when I run it on Friday nights from Streetsboro to Lorraine, it takes us a little longer to get there because there's more traffic at like 5 in the afternoon than there is, at 11 o'clock at night.
Right.
So, like 11 at night, I can make it from gate 157, which is Lorraine, to gate, no, it's got to be a lower number than that. But I can make it from Route 57 to the Streetsboro exit in probably about 30 minutes coming home, but it takes about 45 minutes getting out there.
Yeah.
Just because there's more congestion. But
oh yeah, especially when it's like when the roads aren't congested, you can haul ass.
Yeah. I mean, I do 85 or 90.
What's the speed limit on thing now? 70?
70,
yeah.
But I usually do 80 or 90 just because,
Well, because he is Tony.
Yeah.
He does it because he can.
Yeah. And the last time I even saw a Stady on the turnpike that late, he pulled over the Range Rover next to me, not me. I think he probably knew that the Range Rover could afford the ticket more than I could. I'm like, yeah, get that fucker. And he's got spare money. Look what he's driving. Right. I'm driving a damn Dodge Avenger, and that guy's in a Range Rover. I think he can afford the ticket more than I can.
Right. Yeah, luckily the cops have a heart. Go up to the rich guy. We are here live until 8 o'clock. Give us a call, 330-871-4422. Again, 330-871-4422 if you'd like to join us. Earl McCune along with Tony the Comedy Killer, Mike Haig, and Ellie's on the phone with us. Ellie, you haven't said nothing in like 40 minutes. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Right now I'm reading something, and you were talking about sports.
Oh, okay.
I don't know anything about sports. That's why I don't even call Tony's show anymore. I don't do that, and then Tony changes it. Oh, we'll talk about cooking, we'll talk about whatever, but his show is sports. So I don't think that's right. So when you're talking about that, I just sit here quietly and let you do what you do.
We let us ramble on.
Oh, you're talking now, Ellie. What do you got for us?
What do you got, Ellis? What do we got for us, Ellie?
Texas teen 13 is charged in stabbing death of a friend. Victim's mother claims adults stood by and watched.
Wow.
That's
and
insane.
from what it says, one girl prevailed in the fight, so that means her mother watched as well.
Uh-huh.
The other one didn't like that the other one won the fight, so she stabbed her, and now the girl's dead.
Oh, Jesus. What is wrong with these kids today? What's wrong with
I
people in
don't
general?
know.
What is
I
wrong
mean,
with people
we
in
got into
general?
fights when I was a kid, but knives didn't come into play,
No.
nothing like that.
If
And our
you-
parents punished both of us.
Oh yeah, I mean, I
Parents
remember
into a
I
fight.
had a couple of fights as a kid, you know, and that's the thing, you know. I know when I got in trouble, the other kid got in just as much
Yeah.
trouble as I did, and there was no weapons involved. It was all fisticuffs. You know, it was like,
Yeah, when
okay,
you got
hey,
your ass beat, you took it like a man or a woman, and that
and you
was
moved
the end of
on,
it.
and it was done and over with, you know. But
And we were asked what was the fight about. And 9.9% of the times the parents said, well, that was stupid shit, now you're both punished.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not what happens now. Now parents egg their kids on.
Well, yeah, they
like
stood
it's a
around
sporting
watching.
event.
Yeah, they'll sit there and watch it, or like everyone thinks their kid does no wrong. Oh, my kid would never do that. Well, yeah, you know what? Little Johnny there, you know, he might be all sweet and nice and when he's at home, but he turns into Mr. Big Bully when he's in school. I mean,
I knew my kid wasn't doing nothing because when he was growing up, he had no friends. He stayed in the house.
Right.
But yet the kids were still saying, well, Joshua started it. Joshua wasn't out of the house. You kids don't like him. He plays PlayStation with his father.
Right. When my son was still in regular school, now mind you, my son Alex is autistic, and this kid doesn't have a mean bone in his body. I mean, he just doesn't. And he's 15 now, so this is probably, he's about 8 at the time.
15?
Alex is 15, yeah. He's going to be
He
15.
was 11. I'm sorry.
No, Alex is going to be 15 this year. Actually, yeah, he's 14 now. He's going to turn 15 in November. So, but you might as well say he's pretty much 15. He was probably like 8 when he was in school, when we had him in regular school. Well, he got into a fight with a bigger kid. And basically, this bigger kid claimed, well, this kid beat the crap out of my kid. Okay,
Right.
This kid doesn't have a mark on him. Well, he claimed that Alex started a fight with him. And I was like, I call bullshit there. And here's the funny thing. They punished my kid who got the shit kicked out of him, but they didn't even bother to
Get the other kid.
get the other kid. The other kid never got in any trouble.
That's been the norm for a while.
I know, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I was like, well, he probably egged him on. I was like, he's autistic.
Yeah.
He's not trying. He's minds his own business. He don't go. He tries to make friends with everybody. That's just his mentality. And
maybe that's what the kid took as starting with him. And not that Alex did anything wrong. No. But a lot of kids would see someone like Alex and say, I don't want to be near him.
and that's exactly what it
That-
was.
That's starting. And that's not starting.
Yeah.
This is what you do. You walk up when you're that age. Do you want to be friends? And then you start hanging out.
Right. And
So kids today
Kids are
will
mean.
turn that
The kids-
around to
yeah.
start trouble, and then they're the ones
Well,
who are the victims.
and here's the
your
funny.
son gets in trouble for
And
nothing.
the funny thing is with this kid, and this kid was actually known as a bully in that school.
Yeah.
And it's like Alex, I mean, he just sees he's good in everybody, you know. I mean, but and this kid was older. This kid was about, like I say, Alex was 8 at the time. This kid was about 12 at the time. And I was like, what's a 12-year-old doing beating the shit out of an 8-year-old for?
Right.
And I fought with the principal. I mean, me and the principal got into a screaming match. I'm like, you know what? I says, what is a 12-year-old doing going? Well, he saw Alex as a threat. I said, how's Alex a threat? How's
threat
my
to
kid?
who?
Who's he a threat to? And I was like, how's he threatening him? Oh, well, you didn't want. It's like, okay, then walk away.
When they
But
go,
no.
oh, well, you know.
This-
Starts off with, you ain't got a pot to piss in, but you're going to fabricate one out of Post-it notes.
And pretty much.
Yep.
And it's like, are you kidding me? So, I mean, when they did nothing for this kid, and it's like, and there's other kids that witnessed it and said Alex wasn't doing anything wrong. Actually, Alex was sitting there minding his own business, and this kid was picking on him.
And they won't listen to the other kids
Nope.
who said, look, he wasn't doing nothing.
And that's what the other kid said. He wasn't doing anything. He was sitting there eating his lunch on the playground, minding his own business.
So there had to be something about the other kid
The other kid was
that
just a bully.
people did not want to mess with.
The other kid was a bully, period.
And that's the problem when schools don't want to mess with certain kids those kids get away with everything.
Those kids get away with everything. You know, it's like, what is the deal with this kid? Why is he so special? Why are you guys afraid to get him in trouble? Well, he's been in trouble so much. Well, there's a reason. There's a reason. Let's deal with it. Deal with the kid. Don't let him. Hell, the kid's probably in jail now. We don't know. I mean, I couldn't tell you, but
I saw that video of that ice cream challenge. The only thing that worried me was when Alex walked off.
Oh,
that's like a parking lot thing.
He tried. He pretty much. He had a nice little gag. Yeah. He had a nice little gag. He actually disgusted some senior citizen people because he was going to throw up in the trash can. But I was like, I'm like standing there. I'm doing.
In a parking lot.
I'm actually talking to some people, and I'm actually yelling, Deb, go deal with your kid. He's throwing up. Yeah, go deal with your kid. She's like,
he obeyed until he got sick. He walked off to puke, but a parking lot is dangerous.
Yeah, well,
you don't know if a car can.
Oh, and they were flying through that parking lot, you know.
But he was so well behaved. He seemed really good. And why would anybody pick a fight with him and bully him? Well, because he's really good and well behaved. They don't like that, apparently.
Apparently not, you know. But yeah, that food. Now that's one I do want to take on. I do want to take on that ice cream. I think I could.
I could do that one.
I was telling Randy later in the night we went drinking. I said, I'm not a hot dog. Like we talked. I'm not a hot dog fan. I am not a hot dog.
That thing was no hot dog. That was a sausage.
That thing was just...
It's bigger than a hot dog.
That thing was just a gigantic piece of meat. I mean, and it was... to me, it wasn't as... It really was... I didn't enjoy it. I mean, it's not one of those things where you could eat it and like, oh, this is actually really tasty.
Yeah.
To me, it's not my thing. So I'm literally, even the first couple of bites, I'm like gagging this thing now because I just
That's
like.
That's what it looked like, and I'm like, why the hell did Earl
to me,
do this?
To me, it didn't. Well, I didn't know Randy was going to do the ice cream. If you'd have told me earlier in the week we were going to do the ice cream, he tells me like the day of, oh, by the way, I'm doing ice cream later. I'm like, well, you asshole, right? I'm like, I was joking with him. I was like, you dick. And he goes, what? I said, well, if you just told me, I said, I would have done the ice cream with you, not avoided the hot dog. He goes, well, I was hoping you'd do both of me. I was like, I'm not doing two in one day. You're out of your fucking mind. But he's up to like, he just posted, he's like 604, 605.
And how does he do that? Hot dogs are greasy, and then you put milk on top of it.
Oh, he's a freak of nature. He is a freak of nature. I mean, he takes on two...
burgers somewhere on one of his videos, and I'm like, is this guy even swallowing?
He's a freak of nature. He does 2 food challenges a day. Sometimes 3.
Wow.
And, well, let me tell you this. Okay, we had the hot dogs earlier in the day. He did the ice cream. Afterward, now this is something you didn't know, Ellie. He sat and had 3 more scoops of ice cream with the other guys that took it on, and they had an ice cream sundae afterwards.
Afterwards, yeah, they went and purchased
more
more
ice cream. Where does he put it? 2, how long was he on the toilet bowl after that?
That's the thing. He wasn't. That's so funny because...
His body's used to
it.
His body's so used to all that.
Well, let me tell you this.
I have a Dixie cup. I'm in the bathroom for a couple of hours.
Ellie, let me add to this. We left there. He went to my house and got changed, okay? Dylan and I went down to the bar. Deb and John Sinsel met with Randy at the house so they could get changed. Randy got changed, came down to the bar, and drank 4 tall boy, like 22-ounce beers with me and Dylan afterwards. And he was actually looking at the menu, contemplating getting dinner.
I
mean,
he wolfed stuff down. Just that alone should get him sick. He did some kind of giant burger challenge or something. He had a half-hour challenge.
He's used.
4 minutes, he was almost done.
He's got his body trained to do that stuff. I mean, he knows. He knows what he like. He knows what he could eat every day. You know, he knows how much he can handle. He knows what his capacity is. Actually, he could actually handle 7 pounds at a time.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh my God!
And his metabolism is going nonstop.
Yeah.
Just because
he burns
his
it
body
off.
never thinks he needs food, so it's just burning.
He burns it constantly. So I mean, he constantly burns it. He's in really good shape. I mean, he's a guy. He's 6'4". He's close to 270 pounds. He's a big guy. He's in good shape, and he constantly burning energy. I mean, he's go. I mean, he got back to the house. We got back in the house at 2:30 in the morning. He was up at 6 o'clock, and he was working on his computer at 6:30 in the morning. And he's always on the go. I mean, that's just what he is. I mean, it's just God bless him. I mean, and I talked to him twice this last week while I was in Vegas, and me and him. He calls me the pride of Cuyahoga Falls. I'm like, yeah. I said, sure I am. Mm-hmm. But we were just having a good bunch of. I talked to him all week a couple different times while we were in Vegas, and I asked him how his trip was going. He asked how ours was going, and we wish Randy nothing but the best on his trip coming up, his big trip coming up. He's getting ready to go overseas here on the 8th, so he's got a big summer planned. So I said, keep us in the loop, man. He's probably going to call in a couple times to the station and say hello.
The Schnitzel Food Challenge in Germany,
yeah.
And the Fish and Chips Challenge in England, and
he's eating everything, man.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The guy can.
You have to.
Yeah, the guy can flat out eat, and hell of a nice guy. I mean, one of the nicest people you ever
really
meet.
is.
I mean, one of the nicest people you ever want to meet.
See, I have to ask because I've been tempted to try it now that I've seen you guys do it.
Mm-hmm.
What comes standard on that dog for the challenge?
Okay,
Is it supposed to be like chili, cheese, and onion?
It's chili.
so.
It's chili, cheese, and onion.
Okay.
And some mustard. Okay, that's the standard.
That's the standard.
We added coleslaw to it because like I said, I'm not a hot dog guy.
Yeah.
So I added coleslaw. Randy had coleslaw and jalapenos to his.
Yep.
And Randy's like, you want to add coleslaw? I was like, I'm not a hot dog fan. I said, I need something to mask it a little bit. And the coleslaw wouldn't even mask it. I mean.
I think, honestly,
Yeah.
if you would have done like the original challenge where it was one of each of their
I could have
dogs,
done that.
That would have been different.
Yeah, a different story. But this thing was so overly spicy. They had so much spice in that meat. And it was actually tough to chew. I mean,
You get jaw fatigue.
You had flavor mainly it was flavor fatigue. I wasn't full. When I got done, when I threw in the towel at 20 minutes, I was like, I can't put this in my mouth anymore. I'm going to get sick. I couldn't stand the taste anymore. I was actually like, I wasn't even anywhere near capacity. I could, if it was something, I was looking for other things. I was like trying to get the bread in, eat the coleslaw. I just kept, and it was so funny. We left the state, we left down there. We hung around there for a good hour after the challenge. Mm-hmm. And Randy signed a bunch of autographs, and we were talking to the management there at Retro Dog. And we actually got a meeting with them this week. So, but anyway, we were there for a good hour afterwards, and just everyone would just BS, and I was not stuffed. I was like, ugh. But later on, all the grease, it got to me later. I felt worse. I remember I saw you at the ice cream. I was like, God, I feel worse now than I did after the challenge. All that grease in that thing, just ugh. So I was actually tempted to take on the ice cream with him, but I'm like, no. Not the way my stomach, not with all the grease, If I'd have just, like I told him, I said, if I'd known he was going to do the ice cream,
right.
I would have said, hey, look, I'll do the ice cream with you guys because I could kill some ice cream.
I actually thought about trying to do it.
Yeah.
Like, not as part of what they were doing. Just give me a table over here.
I think Tony would be, you like ice cream. I think the three of us go do it and we film it and do our own thing for our, your YouTube channel, my YouTube channel. And we do an ice cream
Give it a
challenge.
shot.
Because you know what? I think that's a very doable one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very doable. I mean, it's a 12 scoop banana split with 5 bananas on it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. 15 scoops. It's basically
15, yeah, I can handle that.
it was basically the equivalent of 5 or 6, but basically the equivalent of 5 banana splits.
We can just do like your son did at one point, grab a straw
And
and
start
drink
sucking.
it like a milkshake.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, I would do it. Plus, I'll tell you what, it was so damn humid up there.
Oh, yeah. It was bad.
Oh, God, the humidity level was so bad over there.
Yeah, I mean, that was why, last Sunday, if I would have known we were wearing all our T-shirts, I would have wore that up instead of my Celtics jersey.
Yeah, we just did. It was funny, and that wasn't even planned. I mean, we just kind of went out because we'd warm out a few of us wore them at the. Everyone wanted to wear a shirt, for the thing, But we had a lot of fun. I mean, doing the food challenge coverage was fun. We enjoyed doing that. Obviously now we're into the burger reviews now, which are starting to really take on. I got a couple. I'm going to do a review tomorrow. I'm going to do a review on Wednesday, and I'm going to do one on Friday this week coming up. So we're going to have more burger reviews that we're going to do.
More belly.
Yeah, the burger reviews are not that bad because I don't even have to eat the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's just I go in and take a few bites of a burger, and
Oh, man, then why do it? Burgers are one of the greatest meals on the planet.
Well, I know I love burgers, so I had no problem eating the whole thing. But I love. I had this thing I ate in Vegas. It looked like the hot dog. I don't know if you guys saw it or not. It was on a hot dog bun, and it was loose meat, basically loose hamburger meat, and they put coney sauce and cheese on it, and some onions and mustard on it. I was like, so basically it was like a hamburger. They call it a loose burger, is what they called it. So I was like, oh, I'm all for it because I'm not a hot dog fan. It's like, I could eat one every now and then. Don't get me wrong, but that thing I couldn't do it. Just to have a hot dog. Like I had a hot dog earlier today because we got a couple at the DQ down the road, but it was okay. Not a fan, but it's food. But this thing, it was on a hot dog bun, had the loose meat, which was real seasoned very well, not spicy, but it had good salt and pepper flavor to it. And it was seasoned right, Then they threw the chili, they threw their coney sauce on it, their signature coney sauce. It was actually a really good little sandwich. It was only like $4.
Yeah.
So I slammed that thing down, enjoyed that, and then of course I did the In-N-Out burger, which I was telling you I thought was very salty. Right. Not a fan. Then I ate this burger at the airport. At a place called Burke in the Box, and I was always joking like, we used to have a name. Burke, puke,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm a little nervous about this thing because it was all a bunch of little Hindu people working there and they couldn't speak English very well. I was like, I'm scared. I'm really scared of what this burger is going to look like. So I ordered it. It was like $10 for the burger and fries. I'm like, I'm really scared. Okay, I'll give it a shot. I opened it up and took a look. I was like, oh, this thing actually looks really good. So, all right. So
Hindus don't eat beef, but they sure can cook the hell out of it.
They cook the hell out of it, man. And so I ordered this, and this is at the airport, waiting for our flight to come home. And I was like, I got to try this thing. I was like, what the hell? Let's do an impromptu review. So we got the camera out. We did a little impromptu review, and I took one bite of this thing. I was like, holy shit, that's actually a really good hamburger. And it was nice. And how would you like, how you want it cooked? Because they're like, it's actually, they ground the steak right there.
Yeah.
And they make it a burger right there, So it wasn't one of those, they weren't pre-made frozen patties. They grind the steak up and then they turn it into a burger and they put it on the grill. So it's good. So you can get it like medium well or whatever. Right. Medium. I ordered mine medium. I like my little pink in the middle.
Yeah.
And it was a tasty, tasty burger. I was really surprised. And the lettuce was real fresh. The tomato was less, and it was on a pretzel bun, and it was really, really good. So couldn't go wrong.
So I remember watching the episode of How I Met Your Mother, and they wander around New York City trying to find this one little hidden place to get like it was like the perfect hamburger.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like they kept wandering, and Robin in the episode was like, she's like, well, fuck, I'm hungry.
Uh-huh.
They go to eat, no, this place ain't it, no, this place ain't it. And they wander around and go to like 20 different places, and finally they remember where it was.
Yeah.
And it's this little cubbyhole place you would miss if you walked past it.
All right.
And that's usually where the best stuff is a little cubbyhole place you would never expect to have good food.
Well, the diner that me and Dan go to on the way to
the one you
casino.
told me about, yeah.
They got like 40 different varieties of burgers. They got one that's got like peanut butter and bacon jam on it. It's like an Elvis burger.
Yeah.
And I like to get the hangover burger because it comes on a jumbo English muffin. Yeah. It's got a fried egg on it.
What I'm doing when I go to a place, what I'm doing with the burger reviews, I'll make them fair, is I'm going and I'm asking I'm going everywhere, what's your signature hamburger?
Yeah.
I'm doing basically a signature what is your most popular, what is your signature one that is made you what you are? That's the burger I want to review.
It'd probably be like the most popular at the diner is probably the Rothfuss burger.
Right.
And it's just, a different variety of things. And
right. I'm like, what is your signature burger? Like the Windsor Pub is the Windsor burger.
Yeah.
The Hodges burger at Hodges. I mean, and that's one I'm going to definitely go do.
Oh, yeah. Hodges is good.
And I've gotten actually quite a number of suggestions already for places I got to try here in the next, few weeks. I'm like, so I got a little list of burger places I got to go to. And, of course, the Ido.
Yep.
I love the Ido burger. So, I haven't had one in probably 12 years, but got to do one,
They're still around. I live right down the road.
Yeah. And there's a lot of different burgers I want to hit. So the reviews are actually...
The Saloon. They still got the jumbo half pound.
Dude, they still have to do that one, too. Okay. So there's a lot of burgers I have to try. Actually, I was upset. I actually did a non-burger review. It was actually well, technically it was a burger. It was a gyro place they did like a gyro burger.
Okay.
Okay, but it was like instead of burger, it was put between two pieces of pita like a bun. They made it like a bun, and they grilled. It was basically the lamb meat, but they they cut it up and they ground it and they put it on as like a loose meat type of burger, and it actually had the consistency of bacon.
Oh wow!
But it actually, oh my God, this thing was so full of flavor. They put their special sauce on it and tomatoes, pickles, and all the pickled beets and also a pickled beet, but pickled slaw and all this stuff. And this thing was so good. And I actually filmed a review, but Deb hit the slow-mo button on the recorder, so it's like I'm like, shit. She goes, well, go eat another one. I'm like, no, I'm full now. I can't do it. Because she was actually, I was like, God, of all time, because this thing was so filling.
Right.
And so we would add a fifth one in there, but so like I said, you hit the slow-mo button. No. So basically it was like what was like 2.5 minute video was like a 17-minute long video because she slowed it slowed down the replay.
Oh.
So like I can't put that out. So there was no way to fix it. So I'm like shit. So, but I would have had a fifth one in. I actually scored that one pretty high. It was like an 8.9 because it was so good. I mean, because it was so different, and that's what I was looking for. See, when I score a burger, I look at flavor, and I look at the freshness of the ingredients, and that's what I score it on, Like I didn't like the lowest score I've gotten anything so far is actually the In-N-Out burger because it was all soggy. The bun was soggy as shit. Like I was telling Tony earlier, it was so salty.
Yeah.
Couldn't even taste the meat. It was like a salt lick. I mean, that's how salty this thing was. So I wasn't really.
Is there any meat in it at all?
No, there's 2 patties on it. I mean, there was meat there.
Yeah, just that pink slime stuff and no meat.
No, In-N-Out burger.
It's real meat.
It's real meat.
It's real meat, but it was just so salty. I mean, because they
over-season them.
They over-seasoned the hell out of these burgers, and it was so over-seasoned you couldn't taste the hamburgers. All you tasted was the seasoning.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, it was tasty, but it was just too much. I mean, don't get me wrong. I go back and get it again in a heartbeat. It was a great burger. I think I scored it like 7.6 or something like that because of the fact it was so salty,
Yeah,
but,
it was like I was telling you when you were announcing you were going to start doing the burger things.
Yeah.
Years ago, go back to about 2010 or 2011, I was out, or no, it had to be a little bit later than that. I was out with a gal I was with, and we went to a place and I killed this 4-pound hamburger. And I happened to post it on Facebook. It caught somebody's eye, so there was a group. Up until the Beacon's Food Writer moved to Columbus, there was the Cleveland, there was Akron, Canton, there was Mahoning Valley Burger Guys. We would go out and we would find a place. It had to be a mom and pop place. We couldn't do no Five Guys. We couldn't do no chains.
Right.
And no BurgerFi, nothing like that. It had to be a mom and pop place like a Hodges and Idaho.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Something like that.
I'll hit everything, though. I don't care. I'm going to hit chains. I'm going to hit mom and pops. And if they sell burgers, we're going to review it.
Yeah. And we would there would be 4 of us. And we would all submit, it was number 1, how the sandwich looked when you got it.
Yep.
2, the ingredients.
Yep.
3, the meat itself, because, like, was it cooked properly to order?
That's the key. Yeah, that's the key.
Like, I get mine medium rare.
So I like mine medium, right around medium.
Yeah, right around medium. So,
yeah.
And, because I hate when they only give you an option of either, like, medium well or well done because they want to guarantee it's cooked through.
Right.
Because it's too tough that way. I mean, it's still got to be.
It's a frozen patty at that point.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I don't trust pre-frozen shit, like I'm not going to get one that's medium rare or medium cooked because if it's the genuine article, you can go a little bit lighter on the meat because, you're not going to get sick on it.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, so we would always grade ours, and it was just like, for the most part, everywhere we went, you got good fresh toppings.
Right.
Which is the key. I mean, you don't want soggy tomatoes. You don't want really soggy lettuce. Lettuce should be crisp a little bit.
Absolutely.
And also, when they serve it to you, the proper way to serve it is, if you're going to put anything like ketchup, mustard, onion, pickle, put that on the hot side and keep the lettuce and tomato on the
keep it cool.
cold side. Yeah. Don't stack everything together because
right.
otherwise you're going to sog the lettuce and sog the tomato.
Right. Yeah.
That was why, if you remember the McDLT that McDonald's did.
Yes, I do.
The hot side hot and the cold side cold, and you flip it, and boom, you got your burger.
Yeah.
That's the best burger.
That was great.
That was a great.
That was the best burger McDonald's ever had.
I know.
styrofoam.
I mean,
Yeah.
but now I'll tell you what, the new quarter pounders,
Yeah.
they're actually pretty good.
Yeah.
They are good. I mean, the new quarter pounder at McDonald's, the fresh order,
Yeah, fresh
like
beef
the
quarter
fresh
pounder.
one.
good. It's a good burger.
Yeah.
It's a very good burger.
Yep.
And now it's like, now if they loaded up the, the toppings, put a little lettuce and tomato on that thing.
Make it like they used to have a Big and Tasty up, like 10 years ago.
Yeah, Big and Tasty used to be fantastic.
Yeah.
If you catch McDonald's at the right time, in other words, they make your burger right then and there.
Yeah.
Like they're slow or whatever.
They're good.
They're great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 99% of the other time.
I'll tell you what, if they do the fresh beef quarter pounder meat with
Yeah.
a Big Mac, that would be really good.
Oh, yeah.
I'd choose it. I'd go for, I almost, because you can order it with Big Mac sauce. Like, I might just get one Big Mac sauce one day and say, hell with it,
Yeah.
Screw it, Why
Like
not?
McDonald's by you don't get pissed off at that.
No.
No, they don't care.
No, they don't care.
They don't care at all.
Here in Brooklyn, you're liable to get nothing but buns.
Tell them to eat your fuck.
Eat my fuck.
Eat my fuck. No,
But I'm serious, that's what they do. If you try to change anything they're supposed to do,
Yeah.
you'll have something minused off your burger.
no, they're pretty good about it around here. I mean, it's, they're. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some bad McDonald's and there's some good McDonald's in the area. I mean, you know which ones are good and
You
which
know
ones
where
are
to go
bad.
and where
See,
not to go.
and I like, and I like the smart ass. I go through and I eat a lot of Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And I like the smart ass ones because I had to stop and get somebody food, and they said, okay,
Yeah.
I want I want this, and this. I want 2 soft tacos, and I want sour cream on the side.
Right.
They literally, before they packed the taco, squirted the sour cream on the side of the tortilla. They said they wanted sour. Well, and
You got what you asked for.
you got what you asked for.
Right.
And I got told I should have asked for a side of sour cream.
Uh-huh.
It's all about what you asked for because
They'll take you. Some of them will take you literally. Too.
yeah, because there's nothing worse because my favorite thing is I get the double-decker taco, the soft shell, the beans, and then the hard
Oh,
shell.
I love the double decker.
And
I do it. I do mine as a supreme.
Yeah, I usually get in. That's pretty much about the only way I've ever seen them sell them anymore.
Yeah.
And but I get home and I'm like, there's no fucking tomatoes or sour cream. That's what makes it supreme.
Yep.
Right.
So half the time I call up there and I'm going to go back and I'm like, well, I'll eat these while they take my name down. Next time you come through the drive-thru, you'll be on the list. We'll give you your 2 for free. And
Right.
So it's just like, and I'm like, I don't care if they continue to screw them up because I keep getting them free.
Right.
I'll come home and put my own fucking sour cream on them.
Sure.
I mean, I'm not worried about the tomatoes, but
Sure.
yeah, I mean, so yeah, your burger thing we'll compile a little bit of a list. And,
Oh yeah, we got to get a database together and start where we're going to go. I mean, I'll drive for a good burger too. I mean, I have no problem going. Like I said, we've done them in Las Vegas and here in Ohio. So I mean, I'll go anywhere and I'll do a good burger. So
yeah, I
Just
mean,
get
we,
another map up on the wall.
yeah, where are we going to go? Get the Ohio map out. And like I said, we already hit Las Vegas, a couple spots in Vegas. There's one more I wanted to hit while I was there, but I didn't get to do it. And
next time.
next time. I'm planning on going back probably around August. I'm going to go back to Vegas for 3 days or something like that. I got a freebie trip. I got to go back out there again. So definitely going to do it again. Definitely want to go back out there. I told Deb I'm not flying coach next time.
Right.
Not doing it. I'll pay the extra money. I'll fly first class. I don't care. 5 hours on an airplane and you're cramped in like this. And my shoulders are hyper reflexive anyway. So I start getting I got to start doing like this every now and then, because you're so cramped. I got to move. I got to have some kind of mobility. If not, I cramp up and I just start getting locked up. I got to move. And I'm like, I don't care if I have to pay $200 extra. I don't give a shit. I want the room.
I want comfort.
I want comfort. Now, it's so funny. The little fucking puddle jumper from Cleveland or Akron to Chicago and back was more comfortable than the damn
Jumbo
Airbus
jet.
than the jumbo jet was, because I was like, you're like this the whole, because I mean they pack everybody in like cattle. I mean, really. I mean, we were on 2 full planes both times, and I was like,
You wonder why the fares are cheap.
Oh God, I was so uncomfortable the whole time. I mean,
Who says the airlines ain't making money?
yeah, I was so damn uncomfortable. I was like, screw it. I will pay the extra money. I will go sit up in the front and have my own little space and have my space. I don't care.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be on an airplane for 4 hours, I want some room. I don't give a shit. Plus, they give you the free drinks up front, so
Yeah. Yeah, you'll drink enough to make up for that extra price difference.
Yes, I
Yes,
will.
you will.
Yeah, definitely.
So I mean,
But yeah, we have about 12 minutes left. I mean, there's no need to take a break. We'll just run it out now at this point. And But yeah, I'll tell you what though, the airline. I'll tell you what, the airline. It was the airlines today. I mean, those flight attendants got to be the most patient people in the world for what they do. Like Deb was joking with me, you gotta become a flight attendant. I said, yeah, how about no?
Not a chance.
She says, well, just think of all the travel you would get. I said, yeah. I said, but you'd be calling me every day.
Think about when the plane crashes to the ground and her husband doesn't come home.
Well, see, I have a big, really high expensive insurance policy, so she don't care about that. She's okay with that. No, she's like talking because there's some. I've been kind of chatting about kind of getting out of my current career and moving on to something else and a little something less stressful, But
well, then flight attendant is not it.
Flight attendant is not it. She says, well, just think of all the travel you would do. I said, yeah, Deb. I says, you'd be worried I said, you're worried about me going to the bar right down the road. I said, hell, you'd be really freaking out if I'm not home for 3 or 4 days and how much tail I could be getting. You'd say, because you would accuse me of banging this chick and banging that chick while I was on the road,
And like a lot of wives, she'd probably try to call you all the time.
She calls me all the time now when I go to work now.
You can't when you're on a plane.
I know.
How bad is it going to be when she can't reach you?
Yeah. Oh, God.
See, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I said. I wouldn't even, I was like, it's bad enough. Now, she does it to me now locally. Like, I go to work at 9 in the morning. By 11:30, she's calling me. And I'm like, seriously? I just saw you at 8:30 this morning. You called me at 11:30.
And I'm not downing her. As women, most of the time, this is what we do.
Yeah, I'm well aware.
Yeah.
But no.
I get it. Richie went through so much shit. If you were my husband, you would have divorced me like a week after we were together.
Oh my God, I was. She would call me and like when we first got together, she would call me every half hour. I'm like, I can't keep talking to you on the phone. I'm at work. And she's like, well, I miss you. I'm like, oh, shut the fuck up. You just saw. I'll see you later. It's just one of those things like, oh my God, let me go to work for 8 hours in peace, and then I'll see you later.
It's like I'm at work to work, not to talk to you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm at work to work. I'm here to make my money, because if I don't have my money, you don't get to go do nice things, and just think about it that way. But, oh God, she was like, oh yeah, you got to do it. I said, I'd be gone 4 or 5 days a week. She says, well, yeah, but just think of all the neat places you get to go. I'm like, yeah, and you'd be all calling me every 10 minutes after you knew I was off a flight and be like, okay, who are you with? What are you doing? Who is that? Who are you talking to? And I'm talking to this other flight attendant. Yeah, oh, yeah? Is she hot? Yes. Well, you better not be talking to her then.
I just picture you two like the Mr. Potato Head couple that's in that meme on Facebook where heading out to the guys, you won't be needing this. And she holds this wang attachment.
Uh-huh. She, it was so funny. She was actually like, every time, because you go out to Vegas and you're seeing beautiful women everywhere. And every time I'd see one in a hot dress, and of course I got to take a second look. I'm a guy.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I was going talking to her.
There's a look and then there's a look.
She smacked the shit out of me the one time. I was looking at this one, and she was like in this very, very short dress. She fit it very nicely, if you know what I mean. Okay. And she probably could have been no more than 22, 23 years old. I just, of course, is like just one of those, just your eyes pop out of your head because it's like, holy shit, that's one of the most beautiful women you've ever seen.
Right.
And I'm like, good damn, look at her. And she's like, whoosh. I'm like, what? She says, keep your eyes in your head, Mr. McCune. I'm like, well, I couldn't help it. I'm a guy. I said, if I wasn't a guy, you expect me to, what the hell? You'd think I was...
She was standing right next to you.
I don't give a shit. At least I'm honest.
That's what I mean. There's looking and looking. If the looking is disrespectful to the woman you're with...
Every look was disrespectful. Hell, I took a picture of a chick walking around with her tits hanging out and down... And I matter of fact, I'll show the guys here before we leave. But there was actually one of those street vendor type of deals where she was dancing around and she was wearing underwear. She was wearing nothing but her panties and pasties, and she was dancing around on Fremont Street. And of course, I was like, I had to snap a picture of it. She goes, oh yeah, you took a picture of that? Really? I'm like, well, why not?
Why not?
I says, you don't see that shit every day,
Yeah, all you guys feel why not, but if she's right there's going to be a problem.
Who gives a shit? She was looking... Okay, now let me just give you...
When she does shit, you're like, what are you doing this to me?
Let let me
what you
give
did.
you the comparison. They had Chippendales dancers there, okay? She was going, she was giving the guy money, for Christ's sake.
Same thing. She shouldn't have done it because you were standing right there. Not that she's trying to cheat, but that's...
Here's the thing, Ellie.
Never crossed his
I
mind.
didn't give a shit. I'm like, oh, she's having fun. I didn't say 2 words to her. I'm I'm actually laughing and dancing. I'm cheering for her. I'm like, yeah, you go, Deb. Have fun. That's why I was trying to
Did
I was
this
like,
happen before or after what you did? Because then that
it
means
was the same day. It was the same day. It was like
she's kind of hypocritical now.
Thank you.
I didn't know that part. Thank
Yes.
you for informing me.
See, I mean, she was getting all into the Chippendale guy, and I was like, I had no problem with it. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I don't have that kind of body. Fuck yeah, go for it. Give the guy $10. I don't give a shit. He's dancing his ass off, and he was rocking out with his cock out, but not really. But I mean, he was basically might as well been. But I was like, hey, whatever, you know. I said, God, I looked at a chick once, and you fucking flip out on me. But you're giving a guy $10. I didn't give these girls any money. I'm like, what the fuck? Who cares a shit?
You didn't say that part at first.
Well, she's going to deny it, but I know what happened.
Fair than fair is fair.
Fair is fair. That's right. And that's the thing. I said, you know what? Have fun. Cut loose. I said, it's not like she's sucking a guy's dick or nothing. I mean, she was watching the guy dance and enjoying it. I'm like, hey, have fun.
I'm sorry, guys are always going to look.
Yeah. Guys are going to look. I mean, that's what...
Yeah, but like I said, there's looking and then there's looking.
Oh, I was looking all right,
There is a difference.
There's a thing of looking, but I wasn't going to touch it. I wasn't going to pursue and say, hey, you know, I got a room. No, I wasn't doing it. I was just looking like, God damn, she's looking to look at her, you know. That's what it was. I mean, like, come on, really? Where's the... And she's going to sit there and be double standard me, you know, like, oh, hey, it's okay if you go look at this guy built like Mr. fucking Superman, you know, and with his package all wrapped up and shit, and then he's out there dancing and rubbing his junk on women in the middle of the fucking street. But me, I just look at one fucking chick in a skirt, and I'm like, oh, hey, hello, mama, you know. I mean, I didn't sit there and go, I didn't throw a $10 bill, for Christ's sake, you know.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, see, it's exactly.
That's different. She did, in essence, the same thing you did, but she's condemning you.
Exactly. That's the whole point. And that happens to a lot of us guys.
All the time.
All the time. It's like...
Because you sleep with her. If you did anything, you could wake up with something missing.
No, I try not to sleep with her if I can avoid it, you know.
You know, and if she has any brains, she wouldn't be like Lorena Bobbitt and throw it in the field. You grind that up, and your favorite food is hamburger. Feed it to you.
Yeah.
There was a guy that actually went to jail for doing that shit for, he cut off a rapist junk and fed it to the guy, and the guy died.
Yeah.
So the guy got fucking murder, you know. But, yeah, I don't know. But, I mean, there is a double standard. There is a double standard.
Look at Scott Baio and Nicole Eggert and that shit.
Mm-hmm.
She's lying off her ass.
Oh, yeah.
Her career was dead. She said in 2013, oh, I'd love to work with Scott again. Then just a couple of years later, you're saying he raped you.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's on that bandwagon.
Yeah. Well, everyone's getting accused of something today. I mean, it's like, look, they accused Morgan Freeman. I mean, come on.
Morgan Freeman, come on.
Really? Morgan Freeman. Really?
Look, I said in that thing that 1 week, I sexually harassed you and Kathy from Jersey.
Yeah, see, we all enjoyed it, too.
What the fuck? Because I said you looked nice in that electric blue shirt.
Yeah, I look nice.
Although I think you look better in black. That's sexual harassment?
I didn't see it as that.
What the hell? Nowadays it is. Oh, but if you say it to a woman...
Oh, you can
get... I told Kathy she looks great in that prison jumpsuit orange color.
You can't tell somebody they look pretty anymore because they're gonna take it as wrong.
Yep.
You can't tell a girl, hey, you know, you look very pretty
you
today.
can if she wants you and you do what she says to do.
Right, but...
If you don't, then she'll go and get you back for not doing what she wants you to do.
Right.
Oh, trust me, I'm a
That's
photographer.
why I'm looking forward to this man apocalypse show. Because women are now getting way too much power, and they're not using it correctly.
Yeah, they're
using it in a bad way to get guys who didn't even do anything.
Right.
Oh, yeah, trust me, I'm a photographer and trying to find models.
Mm-hmm.
I have to be so careful.
Yeah.
How I approach him, what I say.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, it's like, we were interviewing people here for the show, or for the station, and I had this lady stop in. She stopped in, she saw the couch. She goes, I'm not doing no video. I says, you don't have to sit on the couch. We're not doing a video. I'm just talking to you about doing radio.
Yeah. What? That couch is for people to sit and
She
wait.
thought it was okay, in the studio, of course, we may have the running joke, it's a casting couch. She thought literally that was a casting couch.
Right.
And I'm like, are you out of your mind? I was like, I'm not here to...
Internet, I mean, no offense, but for internet radio,
Yeah.
This isn't Z100. This isn't the Howard Stern show. You guys are still kind of small. Why would you do a casting couch?
Exactly. We have a couch, but we just use it for, like, we have guests in the studio. There's another place to sit. That's all it is.
Your kids probably sit on that couch.
My
Why
kids
would
sit
you
on that
use
thing.
it as a
Hell,
casting couch?
I've slept on that couch. Everyone has taken a turn sitting on that.
Ben sleeps on the couch
Ben
a lot.
sleeps on that couch a lot. Ben probably jerked his jank off of that thing. I don't know. But we don't want to know. But, well, it is, it's 8 o'clock. It is time to get out of here. So we're going to actually sign off for the night. Ellie, thank you for calling in, as always.
Thanks,
We
Ellie.
definitely appreciate
Let
it.
me stay on, and it was a great show.
Thank you very much. We're going to be back with Let's Talk again. We'll be back the first Sunday of the month for another edition of this show. We don't know who's going to host it yet, but we're going to find out. And we'll have hopefully some new panelists here for everybody. We're trying to get everybody involved in this one show. And it's just kind of a chance to be a round table forum, talk about whatever the host wants to talk about, and go from serious to comedy, whatever you want to talk about. That's what this show is all about here. So we'll be back next Sunday. Our next program up on the schedule, again, of course, will be Ben and Friends tomorrow. And Tuesday will be a replay of
Sugar
Shane and the Freak Show. And then Wednesday, Tony will be back. Thursday will be one of our reruns of Drinks with Larry. And Friday, some kind of radio show returns. And then, the Saturday schedule, of course, with Pat Morrow and Ham Radio Heaven, Casey with Game Jam, and, again, new episode of Drinks with Larry following next Saturday. So, new program.
Bye, guys.
All right, we're going to get out of here. And
All right, bye, Ellie.
the Man-Pocalypse starts in about 10 days. So we're going to have got a full schedule getting ready to start here. So, everyone, thanks for tuning in. We're going to get on out of here, and we will see you next time here on Let's Talk.